Yo, what up, Task fam? What up, Cat, bro? Chilling on my computer. What's going on? If you're catching the replay, this is Mike from 424recording.com. Hey, buddy. And I'm doing this just live stream this morning on this rainy Saturday here in the Northeast. Just going to be chatting about the road to 2K subscribers and just hanging out. I figured I'd do a little bonus stream. I got some extra time today. And like I said, it's kind of a little rainy out, so I had one meeting this morning, and now I'm just chilling. So, and Capro's here, and Jay is not here today, but we'll see him on Wednesday, so that'll be cool. But yeah, let me make sure this thing is rocking good. Let's get the chat up here. See who's coming through. I wanted to do this earlier to try to catch some of the the. I don't see it here. It's weird. I wanted to do this earlier. I don't know. Maybe it's not even working. Let me see. I'll have to check. Weird. All right, hold on. Let me see if this thing's on. Yeah, we should be going. Nobody's here. Why can't I monitor this on my computer? All right. Well, I don't know if this is weird. All right. Well, hopefully this is offline. It says that I'm going. Let's try it again. All right, well, if you're watching the replay, sorry about this part. That's really weird. I don't know why I can't check this out on here. It says I'm live now right here. Weird. All right, well, I have this. Usually I can look at the chat in my thing here. Yo, Mike, what's going on? Doing a special little stream this morning in celebration of 2K subscribers. But my computer's not cooperating. Let's see. Capro's here. We're just chilling. Good to see you, Mike. Let me see here. See if we can get... All right, the audio sounds good. This is weird. All right, well, I'll have to just monitor it off this. Nice, Mike. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations. Like the two hardest marks they say is 100 and 1,000. So I feel like once you hit those benchmarks, it definitely is. It's definitely. Come on, buddy. It's definitely. You're definitely well on your way there. I think they say something like over 60% of channels never get to like 100. So the fact that you're at 50, that's pretty dope. I don't know why this thing isn't working properly. My buddy Seth, he actually inspired. Oh, awesome! Working on the fall song challenge just finished. That's awesome, Mike. You have off today, just chilling. Yeah, I gotta get hopping on that. I was thinking about S&J to help me with the drums. I don't know if he's gonna have time, but I'll have to ask him. Oh, here it is. This is so weird. This wasn't on here before. Anyway, so I guess I could start over and just chat about what up. Bump out the chat here. How's that going, Mike? You're doing one song, or are you doing multiple? I think you said you're doing like a power pop track. That's cool. Yeah, I got a couple of those metal songs. If anybody's watching the replay of this, we're doing the Fall Song Challenge 2018. It's the second Fall Song Challenge on the channel. Basically just a laid back way to make some music. Step out of your comfort zone, try a different genre. Last year I did a hip hop track inspired by Beastie Boys. This year I'm doing a metal track, I guess inspired by Sabbath, because I don't really know much metal, so I'm kind of just doing whatever. I should clear a spot for you, bro. Here, hold on. We'll move this over so you can chill up here. There you go, buddy. Should be enough room, right? All right, so... Hey, Stefan, what's up? I'm visiting some old pals and hope they can lay down some drums. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, the Mark II is a good machine, too. I used to have one of those, but I sold it because I just had too many machines. I kind of wish I hadn't sold it because it was kind of before I was doing the channel and doing a lot more videos and stuff. And I don't know, it just kind of seemed like I had too many because like I'm always trying to move stuff and get rid of stuff. But yeah, that's awesome. I wish I had a Mark II. Let me know how that turns out. I want to do some drums with Jay. Is maybe I have to adjust this. Yeah, I wanted to do some drums with Jay for the fall song challenge. But he's pretty busy. I could ask him. Maybe he'd be down. I'm just gonna adjust the camera because I didn't realize how low it was. Yeah, so that's awesome. Fall Song Challenge 2018 is going well on this end. I've actually been kind of working on some new songs. Last night I wrote another banger, but it's more of a regular Be Cool Cowboy kind of acoustic track. I've been really enjoying writing on acoustic. I think David DBO was telling me he liked the acoustic stuff, and I got some other ideas for. I think I'm gonna go back because a lot of the songs are like electric, garagey stuff, and I think I want to go back and redo some of those on the 4-track acoustic with live drums and some other things. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I guess I was going to say it's almost like a greatest hits album, but it seems a little pretentious or something to say that I have a greatest hits. But I guess maybe it'll just be an album of my favorite tracks from the past like 4 years or whatever. And maybe I'll do a tape too. I think that would be a good way because I'm struggling with putting some stuff out on tape on the cassette and just because I have like 4 things now and a couple people, Jody and I think Mike or Matt was asking me about putting out some tapes. So I want to make sure that I don't know. I was gonna put it all out in one, and then I was like, well, let me make an actual tape recording because some of them are digital, some of them are tape, and go from there. I think that would be cool. But yeah, the 424 Mark II, that's a great machine stuff, and I'm excited for you. Let us know how that turns out. You can always come through the forum, 424recording.com/forum. There's a thread there. Mike's been bumping that. We've been hanging. Oh, Dennis, what's up? Show us around your studio. All right, I think I could do that. I'm gonna have to pull the mic out. Actually, I don't really. This you're really seeing the most of it, but I'll show you. I could show you guys behind the scenes a little bit. That would be cool. Um, hey, what's up, James? Watching from work. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for watching. Where are you working at these days? Electric Garage is the coolest. Yeah, I like that stuff too, Stefan. That's a big fan of mine. Yo, Freddie! We got Freddie Weber. What's up, Freddie? Yeah, this is why I want to do this earlier because Dennis, he's out in the Netherlands. Freddie's in the UK, and when Jay and I stream on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern, it's pretty late over in the UK, and some of our UK folks and brethren and 4-trackers don't always get to come through the live stream, so. And obviously European. I don't mean to leave you out, Dennis. When I say UK, the EU, the EU peeps coming through on the Saturday morning stream. I remember I was doing this somewhat regularly, and we used to see a lot of you guys. So that was kind of my reason too. I wanted to stream and see some of you guys. Freddie and I did a couple podcasts the past 2 weeks. Freddie came on the stream. I mean, not the stream. He came on the podcast, and we've been talking about music and creativity and YouTube and getting yourself out there as an artist. So if you're sleeping on the podcast, get on the pod. It's just 424 recording on whatever your favorite podcasting platform is. I'm trying to keep it up. It's a lot of work too. I really enjoy it. So like the podcast is always something I wanted to do, and I'm really glad that I did it. But I think I'm going to start taking more audio from, things like this. Streams and stuff and adding into the podcast. I mean, there's a lot of people locally I could tap into to interview. I think I'm going to try to schedule a bunch of people out on one day. I guess that's getting into some other questions some people had for me about the YouTube and doing this stuff. So really quick, like just the way to get a lot of stuff done is batch processing. It's a tip I picked up from Roberto Blake. He's a YouTube certified I don't know. He just knows a lot about YouTube. So I've learned a lot of stuff from him about that, and I really have to thank him and extend the thanks out to him because a lot of the stuff when I was doing earlier on the channel, I learned a lot from watching his videos and Daryl Eves and Tim Schmoyer. They're all like this trio of YouTube specialists, I guess, and they kind of, I don't know, have a lot of inside knowledge about the platform and how it works, and if you're trying to grow your channel and just good practices to have, so I've tried to follow that stuff, and I gotta say, Roberto, like I gotta thank him the most because I definitely watched a lot of his content. I still watch a lot of his content, and he's a really good guy, and he has a lot of really good things and knowledge about how to do YouTube. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I would definitely check out Roberto Blake. I think his channel's Roberto Blake 2. Um, and yeah, he's doing a lot of public speaking events and stuff, which is really awesome. He kind of shifted into that, which is really cool. It's really cool to watch his progression and business and everything. And he's a really cool dude. So Roberto, thank you very much, my friend. I don't think he'll ever probably see this, but um, yeah, that's something I picked up from him, batch processing. So that's what I was saying about the podcasting. I want to start maybe schedule out a day if I have a day here or there and just say, hey, I want to interview as many people as possible and just get ahead of the live stream. My eyes are like really bothering me all of a sudden. I don't know why. All right, let me show you guys around a little bit. Hey, Dylan, what's going on? Thanks for coming through. James said, I'm a building engineer at a high-rise building in Philly. We operate all of the heavy-duty equipment, chillers, boilers, pumps, rebuilds. Wow, that's pretty amazing stuff, man. I got to say, I don't really have much of a, I don't know, what would you call that, like construction or thumb? You know, like a green thumb. I don't really, I mean, I kind of can do all that stuff. I feel like, my grandparents and families was very like depression generation, and they did a lot of stuff themselves, and I think some of that stuff trickled down, but I don't really have much of a background in any of that stuff. Like I've repaired some small things here and there, but that's really cool that you can do that stuff. I think that's a skill that a lot of people don't have and wish they have, and it's very valuable because something goes wrong with those type of systems and you don't know how to fix it, and it's cold outside or it's hot outside or your basement's flooded, that's some serious shit. Thanks for coming through, Dylan. I'm glad we're seeing some different faces here. Like I was saying, Saturday morning stream is usually a little bit different. It's very weird because I'm so used to streaming with Jay, and I used to do some of these solo and getting the hang of like speaking, and that's something else I was going to get into a little bit about YouTube and doing YouTube. And like I would have never been able to talk like this sort of, I don't know, riffing or just being able to conceptualize my thoughts as well as I do, and it's all thanks to YouTube. And I was thinking about that this morning because I had a meeting with this guy. I was looking at a space, actually. I've been the word on the street, I don't think I really revealed it. I've been kind of looking for a new headquarters for 424, for all things 424 recording. And I was looking at a place on Main Street, and I met up with this guy, really, really great dude, older guy. And I was just talking to him for like an hour about business and all sorts of different things, because he had like a computer business and was, giving me a lot of good just advice and stuff about life in general. It was really interesting. It was like sometimes you meet people and it's like first like a very business reaction. This was almost like a mentor-mentee relationship, which is weird because I've never met this individual. But so he's a really cool guy, and I had a lot of fun talking with him. But my point was that I was even thinking this while I was talking to him. I was like, I would have never been able to have like this kind of a conversation with somebody, which I don't know if that sounds like, I guess it's just public speaking. I have a lot of social anxiety, which you probably wouldn't realize from watching these but I mean, I'm just like by myself, so I don't really feel that. So it's cool. It's a good way to interact. Oh, that's awesome, Dylan. I'm glad that you've been checking out the channel, and I'm glad it helped a lot. That's another thing I was going to mention, and I'll come back to that. I'll show you guys around. Dennis, you still out there? I'll show you around. I'll show you the inside scoop. I was meaning to do a video about that too. On like, I should write some of this stuff down. I've been meaning to do a video on studio tour. I don't really have a studio tour though. Like this is literally, like I was doing the math. It's like 36 square feet. It's pretty much just like a corner of my bedroom. That bed is like right there, and then there's some other shit in this room. But I'll show you like what I'm really working with here in a second. Let me write that down. Studio tour. I think that'll be a funny one. I'll show you the closet and how I roll with stuff. I'll show you the pedals maybe. I don't really have much stuff anymore. Okay, let's do a studio tour. The one thing I was gonna say was, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Yeah, so I don't know. That's what I've been trying to tell people, about doing this. Like YouTube really, it sounds like really, I don't know. not hokey. It sounds like whatever. Like YouTube changed my life. Like I know that that sounds like cliche or strange or I don't know, just like over dramatic or something. But it really, like I gotta say, it really did. Like that, and that's like what Dylan's saying. He said the channel helped him a lot. Like that was the main reason I wanted to start the channel was because I had all this knowledge, and at one point I was really thinking about giving up on a lot of things and moving away from creativity and doing stuff. And I said, well, let me at least put out this information so that there's people like you guys that may or find it useful or find it entertaining or we get educated by it. And um, yeah, that's like a big reason why I started doing this. So that makes me feel really good, Dylan, that this is helping you out. I get a lot of emails and comments from people all the time. And the community around 424 and the lo-fi and 4-track community that I've met and we've been creating together is one of the most positive experiences I've ever had in my life creatively. I think I would say the only thing that came close is when I was getting into a little bit the board gaming community and going to some events with that, and I was working on some board games and creating some board games at one point, and just like the most positive group of individuals you could ever run into, and that's the vibe I get from the everybody that comes through on the streams and the channel. So luckily, there's not really many haters, not really many trolls. I guess that's something people deal with. I think it's really lucky at this point, and to have it at this level, and nobody's really I don't know everybody's chill, so it's really cool. And I hope that's like just the vibe I'm putting out, and I think that's like a good indication that it's coming back, and this the vibe of people that are into this stuff. So that means a lot, and it's really cool to see something that I just kind of did on a whim turn into what it is, and whatever that is. And I'm having a lot of fun, and it's a really good way to express yourself creatively, and that's what I've been trying to tell a lot of people is even if you can do one video a month, do it, start doing something, and obviously I'm saying it's 2K subs celebration, but like the numbers, I don't know. You can't get caught up in the numbers. Yeah, you think about them. Yeah, it's cool that there's like that many people subscribed, And like I said, I always say, I don't think I would have had 100 people that were into this, and it's really cool. But at the same time, like that can really deter you. Like if you're doing like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like the benefits of this are well beyond like numbers. It's like I said, having the skill that I can talk like this and like interact with people on a different level that I never was able to is pretty amazing for me. And I don't know, just something I'm really thankful to that I have. And like I said, if YouTube blew up tomorrow, that's a fear I have all the time. It's like it's awesome creating this community, but what happens if they pull the plug on it, or you get I don't know, something happens with the algorithm. I saw some channels swoop. It's like a makeup Spanky Valentine. She had her channel, and it like all of a sudden had this algorithmic anomaly in the thing. I don't know, just like that stuff's scary to me. Like it's like you could spend a lot of time building something up. I guess my point is the skill set that I'm picking up from this, regardless of the numbers, is amazing. And learning a lot myself, and learning a lot about people, and lighting I was never good at, camera stuff I was never good at, and speaking, recording and getting better, making songs, like just everything it's like 10x, 100x. Like when I started doing it at first, it was like every time I sat down to do something, it was like that feeling when you're a kid, like just learning so much stuff so quickly and just 10x thing. Like every time you sit, like being excited to get into something, and then just like every time you sit down, you like learn something new. Like I equate it to like instruments or drums or something, like that's what I always loved about instruments and playing music was you could sit down at a drum set, and 10 minutes later you could do something you weren't able to do 10 minutes ago. I think that's really cool. So yeah, it's got to be all about that, because I was saying my friend Seth, that's how I really kind of got an idea to do it too. He had a bike channel, and he just rolled over 1 million subscribers, which is crazy. So I grew up with Seth, and I haven't spoken to him in a long time, but I'm really happy to see he's doing something he wants to be doing, and that is he's successful at it, and that's fucking sick. His channel, Seth's Bike Hacks, if you want to check it out. But yeah, so that's like, But that's what I mean. Like if I was looking at it like that, it's like he has 1 million and I have 2,000, and it's like, oh man, like the fuck am I doing? But like it doesn't matter. Like I mean, it's obviously really cool, but um, I guess I don't know the numbers. Like it can't be about the numbers. I guess that's what I'm saying. All right, let's do some. Yeah, YouTube is a lot of work, Mike. Music is definitely everything. Dude, don't waste your talents. Thanks, Dylan. Next Kickstarter, 44 board game. That's funny, Freddie, that you say that. I actually have an idea for something along those lines. Actually, we could talk about it now. We could brainstorm on that. 44 has been a blessing in my recording endeavors. Every time I run into a problem, I'm searching a 44 tutorial video. Much appreciated. Thanks, James. I appreciate that a lot, my friend. Whoa, that's cool, Stefan. Intimidated until I found your channel, which I didn't exist when I bought my 414. That's crazy. Yeah. That was another reason I wanted to do the channel, because I was working on my 424 and doing a lot of stuff, and I noticed that there wasn't any videos and on the 424. So I was like, let me just. That was like the whole thing. It was almost like a joke, 424 recording, right? It's like, and now it's like this thing that I do. It's funny because that was like literally, I just was going to make a channel that had that one video on it, the first video, or maybe a couple videos about, just recording on this thing, like those, just a shot of the equipment, shot of how to do stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I have this camera. My wife we got this camera. It's a T5i. I'll show you what I'm working with in a minute. Dennis, I'm sorry. I'm like rambling like a motherfucker. But yeah, so we had this camera, and I was like, well, let me try to do something with this. And like I said, let me just at least, there's no videos up there. And I remember always with the 424, the manual is just I don't know if it's not written well, or if it was like translated or weird, or if whatever the deal with it is, it leaves a lot to be desired, and it's very confusing. And I remember when I was working on 424 stuff in my first band, my friend had one of these, and it was very confusing. And like, back then there was like maybe some forums and stuff, but nothing like YouTube, I don't think. No video tutorials. So that was kind of the thing. We had to like read that fucking manual and figure out like how the hell you're supposed to like use this shit. And that's something like I figured, shit, if I can help somebody, even just that, it's like you could save somebody so much time just by being like, okay, here's how you basically use this thing, because it took like hours and days of like fucking with this to like get it to understand like what it was doing. And the other day with the EQ video, Joel was saying, he's like, I just figured out how like the mid knobs worked, because if you don't realize that the top knob, they work in conjunction, first of all, and then that the top knob is basically choosing where in the frequency spectrum that the lower knob can adjust, then it's like, because the manual doesn't really say that. It just kind of says like, well, this is the high knob, and that's like 10K shelf, and here's the low knob, that's 100K, and then it says like the mid knobs like work. I don't even know what it says, but it's like very unclear. So even just that video, if you watch that EQ video that came out on Friday, yesterday, I did that one a while ago, a couple days ago, so I kind of forgot about it. But yeah, so it's even just stuff like that, so I'm glad that the channel is out there helping. I really want to expand the effort into the other 4 tracks. I have. All right, well, let's take a quick tour. Yeah, we're not used to reading manuals. That's true. All right, Mike. Yeah, dude, that's awesome, dude. Mike's working on his fall song challenge. Check out Mike's channel. He does some other 4-track videos and talks about his music and his journey with creating his music. He's at the MPF Project, so go check him out. Thanks for coming through, Mike. And he's doing the fall song challenge, and he's working on that right now. So, all right, let's take a quick little tour. I'll talk about the 424 board game. Yeah, I agree. It's just we're not used to reading manuals, and like some people. So like, there's like 3 types of learners, I think, or 3 types of learning styles. It's like auditory, meaning if you're like in a classroom and somebody's speaking, you can, you work better by listening and the information coming through your ears. And then there's visual learners, people who like need to see things to learn better. And I don't know, there might be one more. I kind of remember there being 3, but but for me, like I'm much more of a visual learner, and I think a lot of people are who enjoy YouTube, and moving images is just way more compelling than words on a page. I mean, reading has its place, in creating imaginary worlds and fiction, nonfiction, like for sure. But for tutorials and things like that, and physically being able to show somebody visually how to work something, like I think most people. I guess that is the third way. Then the third way must be like a reading, like you learn best by um, like documents and things like that. I don't know. I know there's like technical terms for this stuff, but so I'm more of like the visual learner. I'm good at conceptualizing manuals and then turning it into you know visual stuff. So all right, let's take a quick little tour. I don't know how the sound is going to be on this if I do this, but oh, Seven said a lot of the old tape forms say you need 2-inch tape to sound good, so that's a little snobby, I guess, because that sound pretty good. Yeah, a lot of people with the tape, that's why I kind of like make it a point to always say cassette recording. It's analog, but like yeah, there. I feel like people will get really snobby with that and be like, that's not true analog, like this and that, or that's not really tape. And I mean, it's not really like 2-inch tape. I mean, it's a form of tape, but it's definitely a different format than digital, and it definitely has a sound to it. And I think that sound is something very nostalgic for me, very romantic sounding. I guess I got romanticize it. I like the idea of people in their bedroom, like somebody like Elliott Smith, and just fucking working on this, or in a basement somewhere. I think there's something really cool about that. Like the idea of it just being you and the machine, and doing it, and then where that could go, or like making these tapes for people. Like I like that whole idea. I like that it's kind of an intimate thing, I guess, and it's can be for just for you, or it can be for your 5 friends, or it can be for the internet. Like I think that's really cool. And I think it has a sound. I think it absolutely 100% has a unique sound. It doesn't sound like 2-inch tape, right? Because that's like a totally different format, or I mean, every I think form of tape sounds differently. I don't have enough experience to really say like definitively. And that's the thing, right? Like the biggest thing I think with recording is if it sounds good to you, it is good, right? It's like the same thing with my guitar, like people you like guitar snobs and people that play guitar, and some people shit all over it because they say, oh well, that's like you know it was meant for be a student model, and that thing's a piece of crap, and the neck's all fucked up, and I don't like it. I don't know if you can see my yeah, and the champ too, right? Like same deal with this. Like people used to shit on this because they were like, oh, it's a student model, like it can't be that great. And this has like some of the best overdrive I think I've ever heard in my life. And now people come around these things, you couldn't give these things away at one point in time, the silver face Fender champs, and now this is like, one of the holy grail. I mean, not this particular amp, but like, champs and Princeton reverbs and shit like that. People are losing their shit over this. These are going for like some people are selling these for $500. Like some Princetons are going for a K or more. I remember like used to be able to get them, uh, a lot cheaper than that. And I actually got that one for free, but I always tell that story, and I feel like I'm like a broken record. Yo, twin, what up? Oh, you got the Task Vamp. That's awesome. How are you liking it? Awesome. Hey, North Anchor, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, yeah, they're dope. That's what I was just saying, like about equipment, and Stefan was saying like people get snobby about the tape sound and things like that. It's like the same idea. It's if it sounds good to you, it is good. If you like working on it and it helps you get something done, then work on it. Um, I guess it's not real tape, but it's a sound. Like this is a fucking physical format here. Like this has like a physical sound. This has a sound to it. And whatever that sound imparts, whatever that quality is, I really enjoy it. So it's not, you don't get the same type of like compression and saturation and warmth, but it has elements of those things for sure. So yeah, that's awesome. Cheers, North. All right, so Dennis wanted to do a quick little studio tour. I want to talk about. Freddie jokingly said the 424 board game. I'm actually thinking about kickstarting something. Not quite a board game, but we talk about that in a second. All right, so let's take a little I think I'm just gonna turn the camera and kind of show what up. I'll try to like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this because I have the mic hooked up. I think I'm gonna have to leave it here. All right, so basically over here, this is my camera setup and my one light. I got these lights on Amazon for like 25 bucks or something. They're really dope. Jay has a pair of them. They do pretty good, like for the lighting. This is the main camera I use is Canon T5i, and this is the lens hopper. I actually have a drum kit I gotta put out with that. I accidentally had it recording and it overdrove these like drum sounds. It's kind of like this Flaming Lips sound. So I'm actually working on that video that's going to be coming out. So that's pretty much the edge of my studio because past that I have like my dresser and my wife and I's stuff on there. So my cat Calvin's Capro's food is down there. So this is very much like, you can see the food right there. There's his food. So like I'm literally a grinder. No, I don't know. No, I think that's like for Capro's food. It's like a measuring. It's like a quarter cup or third cup thing. This is my main table these days. I got this from my buddy Bill. What's really cool about this is so I have this keyboard stand down here, which is really cool. And then this piece of wood, it's almost the size of a keyboard. So I've been using this as kind of my satellite desk for the 424, my computer when we stream, and then the audio equipment. And then back over there, I keep my champ. And then I have the Silvertone on the wall. Hold on, this wire's getting caught. And then above that, we got the... So that thing above the Silvertone, that's like, sometimes I've been putting the camera onto that. It's just kind of on the wall. So like when I'm doing overhead shots, when this keyboard stand thing is moved over, I can do some overhead stuff with that. I have I have another light up there. That's really what generates a lot of the light in the videos. This is definitely some insider shit right here. This light is actually pretty crucial to a lot of the videos because it's overhead. These don't really, they light it up, but they don't really do much of the lighting. All right, let's see. So over here on the desk, I'll move this over. I'll point out how I'm working with shit right now. So yeah, I got the champ over there. So over here I got the Pog. That's what I've been doing some guitar solos with. And right next to that, I don't know if you can see it, there's like a metal zone that I'm using. This is my Digitakt. I got the UA Twin there. Got some DVDs I'm selling over there. Over here. I gotta put those up. And this is just my main speaker setup. I used to have them on the desk. A lot of the older videos, I was looking at one of those the other day and I was like, wow, I've come a long way because I used to put them down that desk and I just like need more room. So, and this thing is really cool. I picked this up from Casey Neistat. I'm sure you've heard of him. He's like a big YouTube dude. Joby. It's really useful. You can put it in a lot of weird places and stuff. I got the old logo up top there, the classic logo. You can kind of see it hiding up there. And then over here, so let's see if I can turn this. Yo, what up, Skiz? Glad to see you can make it. I'm just giving a quick little tour here for the peeps. Dennis was asking for one, so let's see if we can get into that closet really quick. Let me see. This is where the magic happens. I got all my shoes on there. Got all my winter shit. Got my rainbow cleaner you can see right here for the 4-track stuff. But this is like my microphones. I got my Be Cool Cowboy sign. This is like my camera shit right here. I try to always keep that in a spot I can grab it. Down here is just like, these are like all my clothes, but down here is like got my synth in here. I got the a lot of my microphones and shit. I just leave them all in this closet so I can grab them really quick and bring them over. And then up here I have the 424 Matt sent me actually. I think this is just the box. The 424 is at Hapro's right now. I've been using it over there when I'm doing some vids. Thank you so much, Matt, again for sending this. And then this is my original one. I got rid of the other box that I had. And I have like my 414. This is a project I've been working on. I can't discuss that at the moment. But yeah, so I don't know. I won't take all that stuff down, but basically all my broken 4-tracks are up there because I have a couple. But yeah, that's kind of the main. We got the green sweatshirt right here, OG 424 Garb. We'll be busting that out again. Yeah, I got my pedals and shit. I got the PV in there. It's really just about maximizing the amount of space that I have to do what I want to do, right? Because I don't have a ton of space, to be honest. I mean, I do. I mean, I'm very lucky. I'm really happy. The best episode of Crips. Yeah, thanks, man. So, like, that's pretty much the main gear stash. I have some other, the thing I hate is having all that shit in my closet because it's like I don't really use it all the time. And that's why I was looking at spaces. I mentioned that today. This morning I went and had like a business meeting with this guy looking at a space, and I'm looking to expand 424 HQ. That's the big news. But so right now, a lot of my equipment, I would love to have all that stuff set up because I spend a lot of time pulling stuff out of the crib, out of the closet, and setting it all up. So I try to leave a lot of this stuff, like the lights and things, set up. The camera is always pretty much parked over there. I have spots on the floor. I used to. I don't know. They must have fallen off, but I kind of know where it goes. I used to have spots where the camera went. But yeah, I just keep it really simple. Keep it really clean. Oh, my rack gear. I didn't really mention that. I should point that stuff out, actually. So down over here, we got my Furman power thing. I got that, it's funny, last year after doing that live stream at Hapros. I think Twin came up with that nickname for Justin. Because Chris, his buddy, had a bunch of those. And it's really cool. It's like a power strip. And also, the power is kind of funky here sometimes, and it goes out really easily. So that's really useful because it makes it so stuff won't get fucked up. Next on the, I mean, you can't really see this shit because it's dark, but I can't really bring this too much closer. But anyway, I also have my Sansamp RBI. It's a fucking sick ass, bass. Bass preamp, or makes it sound like an amp, but it's in a rack form. That's a really cool piece of gear. And then I got the Apollo 8, and that's I got that mostly to expand my drum setup and do stuff with the 4-track, and it has 4 ins because the Twin is cool, the Apollo Twin. And when I was working a lot, I got all this stuff and I upgraded my setup, and that one's really cool, but it only has 2 inputs. That one's much cooler. The one thing about the Apollo stuff is it sounds really good. This guy I was working with, Sam, he's like at Mercy College. I gotta have him on the stream or on the chat at some point, but he turned me on to this stuff, and it sounds really good. The big thing with all that shit is that they have like these tons of these plugins you can buy. You could spend like thousands of dollars buying all these plugins for that, and like that's just not how I roll. So I wonder sometimes if there would be another setup I could get, or that would be cheaper for me. I mean, I already have this stuff; it's already paid for, but I feel like sometimes I don't use it to its full advantage because a lot of the plugins with the Apollo stuff that's really what it's all about. A lot of it's pretty high end, I guess. And then over here, you can't really see it. There's the SPX 90 that I did those videos with, the drum videos. It's kind of like the Oh shit! Thanks, Dennis. Thanks for asking for the tour. That's awesome. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for inspiring the tour. I feel like my tour is pretty short. I don't know. I would take you guys around a little bit more. We could look at some pedals and shit that I have. Actually, we'll do that too. I'll have to. I don't know. Maybe if I swap out the audio, I gotta just switch the audio. I'm just worried that it'll cut out. But yeah, the SPX 90 is a really cool reverb. I did some of those drum videos on it. There's a drum pack with that coming out. I got a lot of shit I gotta do. Damn, a lot of videos. I'm gonna be ramping up, I think, my release schedule a little bit because I got a lot of stuff I want to do. I don't know, time doesn't seem like I have as much time right now, but I'm gonna try to really prioritize getting some more videos out because I really enjoy it. Thanks again, Dennis. I appreciate that. Um, that's awesome. So yeah, so the that's pretty much it. I guess on the floor, I don't know if you can see it. I have like my drives for just like saving all my YouTube videos, and I don't know, the videos like Mike was saying and Dennis was saying, it's a lot of work, and they also take a lot of fucking space, like video editing and saving videos. Like I pretty much deleted all of the project files at this point because I don't have a big enough hard drive, and cloud storage is just it's just too expensive right now. But I think I'm gonna get more drives. I'm gonna have like a drive that's just like early stuff, and then as I'm working on stuff. But the videos take up a lot of space. So what I do now is just bounce them down to master files, and then because once they're edited, a lot of the unedited footage I don't see using. I have some B-roll stuff, but that's something that's really cool. Once you get a lot of videos under your belt, or even like 10 videos, you can kind of reuse some footage, and it helps things move along quicker. Yeah, thank you so much, Twin. I'm glad that you're enjoying cribs. You still got that magic rock in your pillow? I do, actually. Yeah, that rock is crazy. Um, it's nuts. Yo, yeah. Did you guys get the task fams? So I don't know if any new people from the channel or you guys know about it. Jay and I built these basically preamps that emulate the Tascam preamps, and they all shipped out this week. So some of these guys got theirs, and that's really exciting. I can't wait to hear what everybody comes up with. Oh, Stefan asks, what are some decent studio monitors that are affordable? These are, I guess it depends what your price range is. These are the Yamaha, I don't even remember, H5s, HS5s. They're good. They're pretty flat. I think I got them as like they were like B stock, and I want to say they were maybe like 150 each or something. So I don't know. I think that's pretty reasonable because talking about gas and that shit, like, I think it's okay to buy things. Like, I use those every single day, whether I'm listening to music, editing, watching a video. I use them for multiple tasks, and I use them all the time. And I think it's a great reason to make a good investment. A lot of people use the KRKs. That's what No Wave said. They're not too affordable, but a single one is under 200, brand new. Yeah, I would say too. I've seen pairs of those going for. I mean, the KRKJ doesn't like them. Big surprise, right? No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. We got Jay has to be here to defend himself. We can't. We can't shit talk him. Not that I'm a big KRK fan either, but I never use them. But a lot of people do use them. Some people like them a lot. Some people don't. I think they hype the bass a little bit. Cool thing about these is that they're very flat. I used to have a pair of Mackeys. If you could look into those. Only thing with the Mackeys were that over time they just kind of shit out. Like I guess many things do, planned obsolescence, right? But these seem pretty solid so far. But that was my biggest problem with the Mackeys, was that it was they just weren't that great. Like, they worked all right, but it was the same thing. Like, all those speakers hype certain frequencies and have different tonal qualities. So whatever you do, just get one pair and stick with them, I think. Because when I transitioned from the Mackeys to these, it took a little bit, but I think my mixes have gotten a lot better. I think you definitely want to find something that's like a flat response, and that's flat across the spectrum. Because if you have something that hypes the low end or hypes the high end or whatever, or it's not going to give you an accurate representation. And that's what I like about these, is that I think they're a little more challenging to get it to sound good because they're flat frequency response. Oh, you don't keep the video files either, Dennis? Yeah, I've been backing up all the episodes, or all the videos, but like all the unedited footage and the raw footage from the camera, it's like, unless you had like unlimited cloud storage, which they used to offer, I don't think it'd be possible. You would need like, I feel like I fill up my drive every like 2 or 3 months worth of videos, and it's just like my computer just almost just stops dead. It does stop dead, and Final Cut Pro is like, yo, you don't have enough room, bro. You gotta empty some of this shit out. So I wish I had more drives, but I was thinking about getting another one, but I just keep deleting stuff. When I get to a point where I have so many videos that they don't fit on the drive anymore, then I guess I'll get a new one or look into cloud storage solutions. Unfortunately, they don't offer the cloud storages anymore. Um, oh, I've never heard of those, the Atom ones, Matt. That sounds cool. Yeah, KRK is not giving accurate representation. Yeah, yeah, right. A lot of people, I think a lot of hip hop guys use them. My buddy Sean has a pair. I would say look on locally Craigslist too. Like there's always people selling monitors, and just make sure you can test them out and make sure that, I don't know, there's nothing wrong with them, but I feel like you can usually find some good deals. So maybe you can get ones that are a little more expensive, or figure out your price point, and then maybe you can get something a little bit better used. I would say always buy stuff used. How long we've been doing SAT? Hey, what's up? Oh, Jeremy, what's up? This is the first one in a while. I used to do them. We used to do them. I'm sure you guys remember. I just kind of did this one as a special one. I'm kind of just chilling today, so I figured I got my coffee. I'm drinking coffee again. For a while, I wasn't. I mean, I'm not like doing it on the regular, but every once in a while, I'm having some. But so I figured I wanted to just have like a celebration of the 2K subs mark. Seems like a pretty cool. Like I feel like we were just doing the 1K one, which I thought was also insane. Um, so I don't know. It's glad to see things are growing and more people are getting inspired to do what they want to do. More people are learning how to record themselves in an efficient and cheap manner. And I'm getting a lot of emails and stuff. I got a new video coming out on Tuesday. I'm going to maybe start doing a new series, viewers' comments. So yeah, keep those comments coming. Keep those emails coming. That's going to be really cool. I think I saw Glenn Fricker on. I don't know if any of you guys watch Glenn's stuff. It's Spectre Sound Studios. He's like a heavy metal engineer, and he's like consistently is like yelling, the camera, and he has Spectre Sound VC viewers comments every week, and he's been doing that for. I think it's every week, and I think he's like 163 episodes deep or something. I was just watching those, so he's been doing that for a couple of years. And I just think it's really cool because you can learn a lot from that, and it's gonna be pretty funny. So we'll see how that goes over. If you guys like it, make sure you leave a comment or a like on that video. It's coming out on Tuesday. I'm gonna try it at 9 a.m. too. I'm kind of experimenting a little bit with some releases. So check that out this Tuesday. That's gonna be pretty cool. Viewers' comments, and maybe you'll see your comment featured in a video. So. All right, let's see. Hey, what's up, Andrew? Good to see you. Did you get your FAMP? Did you get the task FAMP? Um, hey, easy. What up? We got some own faces. That's why I was doing this too, Jeremy, on Saturday. Because we get a little bit different crowd because not everybody can make the Wednesday stream. So this is kind of a special stream. I was just kind of seeing who's going to show up, and I wanted to see some of the UK folks too, and EU folks. Dennis came through. Freddie was here. Maybe we'll get Joel. Who knows? Um, are we allowed to know about the expanding, as in the Office Space Adventure? Oh, I like that Office Space Adventure. Yeah, we could chat about that. Freddie, you coming up with the good questions, man. Freddie and I are going to be collaborating hopefully soon on some stuff. Definitely check out Freddie's podcast. It's Are You Freddie for This? You could probably find it just through his. I think you could click on him on here. But Freddie's a musician from the UK and podcaster, and we did a couple episodes the past 2 weeks on the 424 Recording podcast. So check those out. Don't sleep on the pod. Don't sleep on the pod. Definitely subscribe over there. That helps a lot. And yeah, the podcast is a lot of fun. I was saying that's something I always wanted to do. I'm not sure how long I'm going to do it for. I said I was going to try to do for like a year, I think, and just see, assess. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work though, too. But it's one of those things where I'm spreading out my influence or spreading out my creativity. It's because I always just worry about YouTube. I'm always worried about. I don't know why. Maybe it's an unfounded fear. Maybe it's something to do with my childhood. I don't know, but I just hate the idea of building something up and then, anything could happen to it. They always say with social media, you rent social media. You rent the space, whereas with your own website, you own it. So definitely subscribe to the email list. You can get the free gas ebook that I wrote. I gotta write another ebook soon. I think that was a lot of fun. But that's at 424recording.com if you need some help with gas. It's also, I think, just a good read. I'm really proud of that one. But definitely jump on the email list. I think a lot of you guys are, but just in case, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. I want to definitely be able to keep in touch with everybody. Um, I don't know. See, I'm like worried about stuff that's like an unfounded fear, right? That's something I want to talk about on a podcast, or I think soon. Actually, on Monday, I'm going to be talking with Greg Lay. I hope 10 a.m. He's going to be coming through. I don't know if we're going to do a live stream or what, uh, but I want to start talking with him. He's actually an actor. He's not really a musician, but he's a very creative dude, very talented guy, and he's also he's been through a lot of stuff and has like I've been chatting with him. He's one of Sean's friends and coworkers, I guess, sort of, or collaborators, and very cool guy. And I want to start talking with him about because I've had great conversations with him just over on the podcast and then on over just chat. Actually, we've been talking a lot because he's in NYC. It's a little far, but I want to start doing something regular with him as well. So because I feel like we could talk a lot about. He's got an interesting perspective on life and creating, and he's really gone all in on his craft. So I think he's going to be a really cool guy. So if you're around Monday 10 a.m. Eastern, there's going to be something with that. I don't know what we're going to do. Um, oh, no way's got a question. All right. Let me just write down. Freddie wanted to talk about. I gotta still talk about the 424 board game. It's not really a board game, but maybe it's something you guys are interested in. It's definitely going to be a Kickstarter. It's probably going to be a quick starter, just a small project. I don't know. I'm gonna look at some ways to do it. Basically, so the 424 board game, really quick. So we'll talk about that, and then the Office Space Adventure, and then we'll talk about no waves. Charles's question about, I forget what it was, the mini log. We'll get to that, and give me like a couple minutes. I feel like I've skipped a couple things. So the 424 board game. I was joking that I was saying before. The board game community was one of the best communities I think I've ever been involved with, and just such a positive group of people. And it reminds me a lot of the Task Fam and the lo-fi recording community, like all you guys and all the streams and chats and the forum and everything. But so I wanted to make another, I guess, product. I don't know. I don't want to say that it's like a product, but like the Task Fam, But this is going to be much different and. So I don't know if you've ever heard of Brian Eno. I think he has some. It's almost like a deck of cards that says like oblique strategies or something like that. So like basically when you get stuck when you're recording, you can take out this deck of cards and it gives you a suggestion of like it can be like an esoteric thing or like cryptic kind of like fortune cookie kind of thing that says like try doing X instead of Y or something, right? So. What I'm thinking is some kind of 424 deck that is similar to that. I've been thinking about it, brainstorming about it. So I don't know if that's something that's interesting to you. There'll probably be just like a printout version too, or everybody who donates will get a printout version. I don't know. I almost didn't want to do another Kickstarter for it just because like it's a much the preamps were a little bit harder to do because of the initial costs to do them, but. This will be more just to see the interest. I don't know how this one would go. It's a much different product. It's a much different thing. But basically, I have some ideas for a deck of cards or a variety of cards. And I was going to have Tim help me design it because he's done some board game stuff. And what it would basically be an oblique strategies, but but it would be like a 424 one. So I don't know. That's the first time I've really revealed the project. So what do you guys think? I mean, if that sounds cool, let me know. If that sounds like something you would back. The only thing is like cards are very expensive to produce. So I don't think it would be obviously again like this is just the thing I want to see in the world. So I'm gonna try to make it. And like I said, I don't know. Like I'm not holding out. So Quick Starter is Kickstarter. It's a new program on Kickstarter I saw, and they're basically like smaller projects, like the goal is under like 1,000. You're supposed to do it pretty quick in like a week, and so I'm gonna get a prototype for that made up, and this one would have a much higher turnaround rate. Um, I also just thought it would be a fun project, and I think it could be like cassette themed in a way. So I'll talk about that when we get closer to it, if it even comes to fruition. But so that's the next thing I was thinking. Like, I think it would just be a cool thing, and like I said, it's not like playing cards are fucking expensive. So I got to figure out the like how that would work in terms of that stuff. And like GameCrafter.com is like you can make your own games on there. And I would probably just leave it on there either way, so people could print it out. And a lot of games people do to like print. They give you like a print version or a PDF version. So I don't know. The deck, it would definitely be another thing like the Task Vamp, where it's very limited edition. And since it could be print on demand, I would probably leave it up. But again, it would be more of just like a fun thing to do than, like I said, that I wouldn't want that to be, because like a deck of cards, right? Like maybe if there's a way I can do it locally somehow with a print shop, or that would be cool. But I just think it would be really cool, almost like a writer's block kind of thing, or recording situations. And it would be, if you're stuck or you want to practice or record something, you pull out this deck and you just shuffle them and drop a random one and see what it says, and you do what it says. So I don't know. I thought it would be a cool idea. It's kind of like that Brian Eno thing. So that I heard about. I was curious about that, but I don't know. Do you think it's a cool idea? Would you back something like that? I don't know what the price point would be with shipping and stuff. But like I said, playing cards are expensive, so I got to figure out the numbers on like. Well, believe it or not, one of the most expensive parts of the cards is the box that they come in. For some reason, the cost, I think it's like the cost of the cards and the cost of the box are like the same. So I was thinking of packaging them in like a cassette, because cassette like Norelco boxes or something are like 50 cents a piece or something. So that would be the cassette tie-in, the 424 tie-in. So I don't know. That's something I've been thinking about. If it sounds like something cool to you, definitely drop a comment, or I'm sure maybe somebody said something about it, but I don't know, just something I was thinking about. So that was the 424 board game. I'll talk more about it if it winds up coming to fruition. So that's that. The Office Space thing. Let me see. A Little Hiss never hurt anybody. I don't know what people are saying. Will the Ender's Drummer be on a special card? Yeah, sure. Or you can make cassette sleeves with the oblique strategies on them. Cassette sleeves. Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking. Yeah, the short run printer would be cool. All right, yeah, it sounds like you guys are into this. Yeah, dice would be cool too. That's funny, Bobby. Hey, what's going on? I was thinking about dice as well. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to come up with ideas and do something like that. Oh, there are several free versions on iOS. Okay. Of oblique strategies, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could send out an email or something if you guys want to come up with ideas. Like I said, there would definitely be a free printable version, PDF version. I think to anybody. I forget how it works. I think because like with the gaming community, and when Tim did his game, he had a free version that was like just to open it up to as many people as possible. It's like, well, yeah, you can get the deck of cards, the tangible version, or here's just like a PDF that you can print out yourself and see if you like it, basically. And it's basically a PDF of the cards, but just not the full version, obviously, because it would just be computer paper. But yeah, we could. I mean, I'm totally open for that. Maybe we'll start a thread on the forum. If people have ideas for that, I think that would be really cool. Anders could definitely be a card too, Dennis. And the dice, right? Yeah, the dice could be cool too. I was thinking if there was some way to incorporate, like maybe, well, I guess that would be more of a coin flip, but actually, maybe you could do something where there's multiple suggestions on cards, and then you roll the dice to figure out like which one to do, or something like that. So say you could put in like a 4-sided die or a 6-sided die and have 6 things on each side of a card, and you flip a card and then you kind of roll it to see which one you pick. Or I guess it's kind of a random number generator. I guess that's all dice is. But I like the idea of incorporating dice too. Because I was looking into cassette boxes for this. Because like I said, the cards are expensive, and then the boxes are like the same price as the cards. And then by that point, it's going to be, I don't know. I feel like a price point for this. I feel like this couldn't be any more than like $20. You know, like even with shipping, it's just like a deck of cards. Like you guys aren't like people aren't gonna spend $20 on that unless it's like super nice. So the best way to keep it down would the price down would definitely be to. I think that would be cool too, because I could just get like cassette boxes or just like repurposed ones from the thrift store, or just get some cheap ones from National Audio Company. Maybe they would even like sponsor it, or put like their name on it because they give you discounts on some of their stuff if they put if they're able to put their name on it. So I don't know, something I was kicking around, something I think it would be fun. And like worst case scenario, like say the Kickstarter didn't fund, it would always be on. It'll always be on Game Crafter at some point. Then people can just print it out. I think it's a cool crossover idea too, for any type of creative person, even people who like board games or like just games. It's not really a game, right? But it's like sort of a game format. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have any ideas. Like I would love to hear them. Awesome, Andrew, definitely get on that. Cool, that sounds awesome. All right, let me look at really quick. I don't know why I'm saying really quick. I'm not really under any time crunch, but I feel like I've just been. I don't know. No Wave Charles asked a question a while ago. We got to get to, and then we'll talk about the Office Space, Freddie. So yeah, if you're just joining us or you joined late on the stream, this is like a 2K subscriber thank you / reflections / just hang out. Saturday morning stream, 11 a.m. Eastern. I used to do some of these Coffee with Mike style, and I'm just trying to like trying to see some of you guys I haven't seen in a while, because there's a lot of people in the UK, EU that like enjoy the channel and the vids, and sometimes we don't get to see you guys on Wednesdays because it's Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and that's late in the other side of the world. So good to see you guys coming out. All right, so No Wave Charles asked, "Hey Mike, so I know you have the Korg Mini Log, but have you any experience with the Micro Korg? Because I see a lot of bands using it on stage." That's interesting. I used to have a Micro Korg. Let me just make sure it's the same one. I used to have a Micro Korg Plus, I think it is. Let's see, XL. Yeah, so I didn't have the Micro Korg, but I had the. I guess it is the Micro Korg, but I know there's like a few different ones. I had the Micro Korg XL Plus. It was like a black surface, black and silver, and it was mostly knob based choosing things. I had that before I had the Mini Log. So the Micro Korg is an analog modeling synth. So it's digital representations of analog sounds, and I think that's a cool device. My biggest thing with it was some of the settings sounded really fucking cool, and some of them were just not usable for me. Like the tape flute sounds and the tape. It's like there was tape flute and something else, and those sounds are awesome. And the Micro Korg is all over Wild Lies, actually. I don't know if you've looked at any of the Be Cool Cowboy stuff. All the synth sounds on Wild Lies are all Micro Korg XL Plus. So if you want to check that out, it's just at becoolcowboy.bandcamp.com. I can link it really quickly. I think it's just Wild. What is it? Wild Dash Lies? No. Wild _ Lies. But yeah, so Wild Lies is the album I put out a couple of years ago. I don't know what the link is. This is embarrassing, man. No, it's not. All right, Wild Lies. Here it is. Okay, album. Okay, so this is all Micro Korg stuff. If you need some ideas for what it sounds like. So that's Micro Korg heavy. Any synth sound you hear on that is XL Plus, I think it's called. And I sold that to get the Mini Log. And I agree too. I just saw Jeremy said the downfall is that it's not polyphonic. I'm pretty sure that I think that you're referring. Jeremy's referring to the Micro Korg That's also wasn't polyphonic. Where the mini log I think is 3 or 4 voices. I'm not sure. I haven't busted it out in a while. I was doing a lot of stuff with it last year. I just like that's another reason that leads into the office space, the 424 HQ that I'm trying to fund or trying to move out of my bedroom here a little bit. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I just don't have enough room to have it set up. Like, I mean, I could, but it's just, that's what I mean. It's constantly moving shit around here. I want to just like spread out and put all my shit somewhere. So, but yeah, microKORG is cool. But I sold it to get the mini log. I guess it depends what you're using it for. I would imagine it's good for touring. It seemed pretty resilient. It seems pretty popular. I think it's a good price point. I think it does have good sounds on it. I think you can manipulate a lot of the sounds. So my thing with it was too, the microKORG is a great starter synth. I think like it was my first introduction into really. I think it was the first real synth I had. Not real synth, but the first like keyboard type thing I had. And that's what was really cool about it, was that it was a good introduction into it. And then my big other reason for selling it was that, so the mini log is there's a lot more synthesis. So I had this realization when I was in Asheville. I saw the Moog. I've told this story. I saw the Moog logo on this factory-looking building in Asheville down the road, and I was like, "That's weird. There must be like this abandoned building that has like Moog graffiti on it." Like that was my first thought, like my own naivete, because I didn't know much about Moog and stuff, and like I don't know. I didn't know much about it, to be honest, and so I was there with my family, and we were all like walking around, and I was like, "What the heck? I gotta go check that out." And it turned out it was the Moog factory. It's in like downtown Asheville, where they build all the Moog stuff. So when I went there, I was like kid in a candy store, like kid in a toy store. It was like I was never a big synthesis guy. That was like Wild Lies is where I first really started getting into synthesis, and so because I wanted to, like I was like I like Weezer Blue Album and a lot of the weird little stuff. I like a lot of Matt Sharp stuff where it's like he's got like analog sounding synths and stuff going on, and that was the sound I wanted to explore. But so the realization I had the Moog factory after playing with all this shit was like I really do believe synthesis is like the ultimate form of expression musically. I think it really is the future of music, even though I mean it's been around since the 70s, so that's like a weird thing to say, I guess, but I think it's like the highest evolution of like music and creativity in a way, because it's synthesis. You're like literally synthesizing your own sounds. So that was my biggest problem with the microKORG, was that there wasn't much on the synthesis end. It was more of like, here's a sound, you can manipulate it a little bit, change some of the parameters, but you're basically stuck with what they gave you. Whereas the mini log, they give you pre-programmed stuff, but then there's like 100 slots or more where you can make your own sounds. So that's like my next step into synthesis, because and I follow a lot of synth YouTubers. Like I've interviewed Bo Beats. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. Noir at Blanc V. That's Steven. He's another big synth guy. Dawless Jammin, Jade from that. I've watched a lot of her stuff on synthesizers, and Cuckoo I like a lot. He taught me a lot about Digitakt. Andrew Huang or Huang, he does. He's he's a huge YouTuber guy. Does a lot of synthesis. A lot of music a lot of the music peeps on YouTube are a lot of synth based, or that's a lot of the stuff I watch, which is funny because it's not really my background, but I enjoy it. But my point is, okay, I feel like I'm rambling on this. So, yeah, microKORG is cool for an introduction. I would say it's good for touring because it's a resilient piece of equipment. The sounds are on tap. This stuff's not really going to change, because that's the other thing. The con of that is if you are synthesizing your own sounds and you don't have a synthesizer that you can save the patches to, then every time you need to play a song with that patch or that sound, you're going to have to dial it in. So I would imagine that's why a lot of people like the microKORG. Also the price point, and it sounds good, like for an analog modeling synth. But see, this is the other thing too. Since I'm new to synthesis, I didn't grow up with analog based synths. And so for me, like as a guitar player, I know what a fucking like tube amp sounds like. And but if you didn't, or like, because I've gone down the guitar rabbit hole, the bass rabbit hole, like I know, okay, like tube shit just sounds way better. Solid state stuff, there's some solid state stuff that's really cool. I do really like the PV amp that I have, but my main jam is tube stuff because I think it's like just has the sound, right? Just is like more exciting, like harmonic distortion, overdrive, etc. It just sounds more real to me. And that's my whole point about synthesis too in this whole conversation is like I feel like the microKORG is more of the solid state amp to the analog synthesizer's tube amp, if that makes any sense. So that was another reason that after digging more deep into synthesis and like comparing sounds of things, that's when I was like, fuck, I need an analog synthesizer. It just sounds so much more exciting, so much more real. Just that warble, it's everything we talk about with the 4-track as well. It has. I gotta make sure the stream is still going. We still here? Because like sometimes with doing it by yourself, these streams, I've had instances where I've just keep talking and nobody's, or the thing like fucking froze up. Okay, it looks like we're still good. So I gotta check in more frequently. But so yeah, I hope that clears that for you. So, but again, that's the whole thing. Like taking something like, I don't know, something that's a little more analog based or something a lot more expensive on the road, unless you're a band that is, I don't know, it's one of those things. You want to bring your $2,000 synthesizer to a club, or can you work with the $300 emulator essentially? Yeah, the analog stuff, it's just the same thing, like having a physical, heating up like physical components and recording with that, and like playing a physical instrument that heats up and changes and has different sounds, or it's like the variations in the sound, because digital stuff is very sterile, clean, clear, whatever adjectives you want to use to describe it. The same difference between I think a tube amp and a solid state amp, whatever that difference is, whatever that quantifiable difference is in the sound, I think it's similar with the digital analog synths. And I think it all just comes down to physical components, and I think, yeah, so that's why I got the mini log. I've also heard Brian was telling me, my buddy Brian, who's been on the stream, I should have him back. He's on the podcast too. He's a big synthesizer guy and electronic musician. And he was saying the mini log isn't quite real analog. I guess it still does have components that are digital, or maybe it's more of a hybrid. But to me, the mini log definitely has that exciting quality. But maybe in a year or two, I'll have something else. This is something I got too, which I think is really cool because I got it more recently than not. I mean, I've had it for a while, but I didn't show this in the studio tour. But the Moog Minotaur is really cool. But again, this is more. Oh wow! I almost just dropped that on my computer. Fuck. This is really cool. But this is a bass synth because this is what I wanted though. I love the fucking Moog bass sound. So I use that in conjunction with the Digitakt, which is over there. But that's really cool too, because I like this because again, I always mention that like stuff that has like a ton of knobs always makes me feel like my head's gonna explode. But this is like manageable to me after like I think this is a really good starter synth for me. Because it's simpler than some of the other stuff, and like I can wrap my head around like what these controls are doing, and I'm still learning things about it, but I know how to get what I want out of this now. And I think if I was to go and get, I saw somebody mention like the Sub 37 and like different stuff, like that new one they put out looks fucking dope. The Moog Mother or something, or that new one that's very colorful. It looks really cool. I don't know. I'm just attracted to the colors. I think it looks really fucking cool, but it's almost like a modular or something. But all right, let me check in with you guys. I've been talking talking crazy here. Mother 32, yeah. Micro Brute. Yo, you should check out Bobby Bobeat's videos on that. He does a lot of videos on the Micro Brute. I think think he was telling me too. He thought that would be good for what I'm doing when I was talking to him. All right, let me check in with some of you guys here. Yo, what's up, Space Alien Jesus? Good to see you. All right, so I'm checking in with the chat now. I'm not going to go back through it. If you ask any questions in that whole rambling rant I just did and I didn't answer them, feel free to answer. Feel free to ask them again. I apologize for not seeing them. So yeah, if you have a question that I didn't get to just now after that, just go for it in the chat now. Yeah, the Mother 32 looks really cool. That's kind of how I'm rolling with it. Like I'm kind of, stepping up, taking steps into it. And the big thing with like all those YouTubers that I mentioned, and just people with synths in general, synthesizers are an expensive hobby. Acquire too much shit. Obviously, I'm looking to get rid of stuff. But so because then there's all that Eurorack stuff too. So and then you see like those things like Junkie XL. I think he's like a musician. I think he did. Forget the soundtrack. Maybe Deadpool. I saw a video about that. It was really cool. But literally, like, it seems like he's sitting inside of a spaceship. It's like just walls of, you know, knobs and synthesis and different modules and stuff. And like that just makes my head explode. Like I just can't like wrap my head around that. I guess that's why my music is the way it is. It's simple. I'll try to make the most out of the least I can do. Oh shit! What just happened there? Are we still live? Something weird just happened. Yeah, I don't know what just happened there. I'm gonna make sure that this is still here. You guys still out there? My computer's freaking out. I don't know what happened. I feel like if I had infinite payola, I would definitely get like a better streaming setup and a better Wi-Fi or whatever. It looks like we're back here. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. I apologize. Something's up with this. I hope we're still out there. Let me switch over. It looks like my Wi-Fi just took a shit. I'm gonna switch over to LTE. Yo, you guys still out there? Yo, just seems to be always an issue with this thing. I don't know. Okay, so the audio's still there. I'm gonna close this shit out. Try this again. So hopefully you're still there. I'm still here. I'm just trying to get this rebooted up. I don't know why this happens. It's almost like my fucking thing. I don't know, man. All right, we're gonna go off the stream here. Hang tight if you're still there. So that should be. I think we should be good now. I had to shut off my internet. It's not working right. I changed it over to LTE. Hopefully that's better. I don't know why that. This just seems to happen. Like after I don't know, maybe we've been streaming for like an hour or something. Like it was going great. It was going fine. And then all of a sudden it just takes a shit. I don't get it. Let's see here. Yeah, sorry, peeps. Yeah, just refresh it. Damn. Well, screen is a blackout. Yeah, I see that. What the hell? That's so weird. All right, hold on. Let's see. What about now? I just rebooted it. If not, I'll just fucking go live from the phone. This is ridiculous. This is redonk. I'm still here trying to get this figured out. If you can hear me, I'm still going. I'm gonna be going hard for another little bit. I don't know why all of a sudden it's blacked out. I don't get it. I don't understand this. Hold on. Let me try switching the camera really quick. Oh yeah, something's wrong with the app. Fuck. The audio is great. Yeah, I don't get this either because on my phone it's perfect. It looks good, but this is so weird. Yo, can you see me? I just switched the camera around. We're gonna see if go into the light. Can you see me there? I can see myself. You can see me now? Oh, sick. All right, there you are. All right, cool. I don't know what the hell. Something got tripped out. All right. Thank you for sticking through the technical difficulties. Um, oh, um, okay. What was I? I was answering a question, right? An opinion on. That's where we were. Okay, so TLK2TY. Do you have an opinion on? All right, let me just double check this thing. Do you have an opinion on Zoom multitrack? I've always heard good things about them. I think that I've never had one, but um, I don't know if they're like pro level. I don't even know what that means anymore. Pro level, like you know. Okay, cool. So yeah, I don't know. Like they seem to be the industry standard in terms of like handheld ones, like that attach to your phone or just like separate recorders that work. I don't know which one are you looking to get. I've heard a lot of good things. At one point I was going to get a Zoom multi tracker. I heard those are really great. I hear they're good, cheap, and sound all right. Like so. I mean, I don't know. I've heard okay things about them. I never owned them, like I said, but I've always heard they were good. They seem to be kind of industry standard recorders for definitely the handheld stereo ones and the multi-track ones. I don't know. What about you guys? Anybody else have any thoughts on that? Sometimes the chat, I learn more from you guys than anybody else. So, oh wait, why is this on top chat? Anyway, oh okay, thanks. Oh, Matt had a Zoom R16. Yeah, that's exactly what that's what exactly what same here, Bobby. Like Bobby said, I hear good things about Zoom. Anything, anything ever negative. Yeah, I think that's why I was like kind of searching for something to say about it. That's exactly what I've heard too. Like, never heard anything negative. Always just heard they're good. So I don't know. Let us know what you're thinking. What you want to get. Um, Yeah, thanks, Charles, for stepping in there. I don't know what happened with the stream. I switched it over. The Wi-Fi seems to be working again. Very odd. Well, we're back for now, so that's good. Um, I hear good things about the Zoom. I have Zoom. This is 4 and a Zoom R2 form. Yeah. How do you like them? Uh, TTK, TLK. Whoa, that sounds like a good deal. If the pawn shop is selling it, make sure it comes with the adapter because the adapter is loose from the 424 Mark III, and that's usually a big point of like it's hard to find that. So I'd say that's a killer deal if it works. That seems to be about. I think that's about a deal if it works. That seems to be about. I think that's about the price that they should be. Honestly, they've really shot up in the past few years. I would say $100 is a good deal if it works. It works. All right, so Freddie, the office space. I've been looking to expand 424 HQ. I've been trying to find the Goldilocks effect, basically a place that's secure 24/7, makes some noise. I'd really like to have a space where I could blast some drums. Um, I can go to Hapro's just far, but I'm looking for a climate controlled or semi climate controlled. Doesn't need to be crazy good, and really the 24/7 access. Like I really enjoy working from here and doing the stuff that I do from the bedroom. But like I was saying, and you saw my cribs episode just before. And you saw my cribs episode just before. I don't have like a ton of space to do some of the things I want to do. Like I want to have like a green screen corner, and because I think I spend a lot of time with the thumbnails sometimes, and I think like just doing shit with cutting them out, like cutting out myself or whatever. And I think that would help out a lot. Like just with the graphics, like some of the stuff. It's I think the green screen would be cool. I want to try to make some music videos with the green screen. So I was looking at getting some poster board that's green. I was looking at some stuff on YouTube. There's some really elegant, simple solutions with just poster board, which is cool. Um, I think I might get a piece to do some of the like gear shots. But yeah, so like there's a couple things like I want to have like a voiceover corner or like a setup for just something that deadens the sound a little more than what it is in here because sometimes I feel like I'm battling some frequencies and things. I guess it's little shit, but I think it would all add up. The biggest thing, like I said, is I have my instruments. I have the four track Matt sent. I have the Fostex David sent, and I really want to just get all that shit set up somewhere and like to a point where it's like I have a room that is just dedicated. The problem is that my apartment is it's a one bedroom, so there's like a living room, the dining room, and the bedroom, and that's kind of the shared space. But um, yeah, I'd really like to get something going. I guess what I should do is just take out all my stuff and just try to set it up as is in here, and then see how that works. Because I'm just slowly been expanding out from the corner here. But like I said, I just feel like I spend too much time breaking things down and setting things up and moving stuff around. And with Jay, in the live stream, it would be cool to just we sort of have a dedicated thing for it here, but it would be cool to um, I don't know. I think it would also just be cool as like a HQ and like a headquarters and somewhere to have all this shit set up. And but obviously the price point is a big thing. It's it'd be a lot out of pocket. And I don't know. I just feel the need to expand into something like that because I feel like I'm like steadily outgrowing what I'm doing here. But maybe that's if I keep doing this for a while, and maybe that's a couple of years down the road or something, or maybe if I get a house at some point. The thing is just the expense. That's the big thing. Is like you know I'd probably have to spend a few $1,000s to do it for a year, a lot, and you know that's money I could put toward something else or money I could put toward equipment. Not that I need to buy stuff, but it's just one of those things when you start making decisions like that. It's like, well, I could allocate those funds to something else, or just not spend that money on that. So, yeah, I just want to. I don't know. Maybe there's a creative solution for what I'm trying to do, and I'm just not thinking right about it. But I don't know. I would just really like to have my own space, my own office type deal. Um, something along those lines. So it's not really a secret. I guess I haven't really been talking about it because I wasn't sure. I got a couple other spaces to look at. I've looked at two spaces now, and one of them is really sick, and it's a really good deal, I think. But it's like a little expensive, and it's far. It's like 20 minutes away from where I am, which between that and the winters up here and all the other stuff that I need to do, like a 40-minute, 2-hour commute each day to like go somewhere dedicated, like I feel like that's a lot of time. I could do like a whole song or a whole video in that time just here. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a pipe dream. Maybe it's one of those things where you look at it and say it helps you realize that you're good with what you got. So I don't know. What do you guys think? You think that's a good idea? I think it would be cool if it made sense fiscally, fiscal sense. But and it's just the biggest thing is just it's a Goldilocks thing like anything else. It has to be like I said, all those things secure, able to make noise, big enough. It has to be. That's what she said. It has to be. You know, utilities probably need to be included. It needs to be. Doesn't need to be super warm or super cold, but it needs to be like all right in terms of that stuff. 24/7 access, like some kind of internet to stream from. And all that stuff aside, I kind of have that right here. What I'm doing, like this works, but I just am frustrated sometimes by the lack of desk space or something, and I don't know, the lack of leaving shit set up. Let's see. Matt said, "I'm lucky to have a room in my house where everything is set up and plugged in at all times. I'm ready." That's awesome, Matt. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, fiscally, it doesn't make sense. It's like when you were talking about your car just sitting there, only gets. Yeah, yeah, definitely, Jeremy. No, that's what Jay. I was talking about with Jay too. Because at one point, we talked maybe about sharing his space, or I would pay him, to use it. But uh, I guess it's definitely wrapped into with his family, and also like him and I have been doing this stuff and working with different people and music stuff for a long time, and it's just like I don't know. Whenever you get involved with other people with stuff like that, even especially with friends, it's awkward, like the money shit, and we just determined that like neither one of us would really be comfortable with that. That's where I'm at. It's like I just want to have my own spot, and I would definitely have it open to people, but my buddy Pat has a cool space, like again, like probably 20 minutes from here, but it's not very secure, and it's I don't know, a lot of people in and out, and he would let me probably do it for a pretty good amount, um, or a very reasonable amount. But it's I could talk to him more about that, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't make sense. And that's the thing. I think Jay basically said, I think he's mentioned that on the stream. He really wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't, part of his family's state, or part of his family's like, grounds, and it's kind of just a garage in the middle of nowhere. It works. It's really awesome. I'm very jealous and very excited and very very happy for him. And he's had that for years. But it's another thing. It's a struggle. It's a struggle too. Because he has to he struggles to keep it heated and the electric and the lights on and everything. And he has a lot of sessions up there, but he's been changing some things up and changing up what he's charging. And yeah, it's one of those things, right? I don't have a lot of family. I don't have any family in this area, so it's like I don't have access to that kind of thing, and it's just I got to work with what I got. But again, like right, this is the same thing about YouTube again. And to wrap it to bring it back to that is like with YouTube. You can always say like, I don't have the right stuff to get started, right? Because if I was like, I need a space to do this, like I would just never do stuff, because I would always think I needed space. So maybe it's the same thing, I need to just execute, just keep doing it, keep doing what I'm doing, and if it ever makes sense to do that, I'll do it. And if I ever makes sense with like money to have an office, and the thing is today it's just like office space is expensive unless you have like a legitimate business. This is like I was mentioning, this is something I do mostly part time. It does feel like a full time job, but it's at this point there's not enough revenue, I guess, to make it because it's more of a passion project than anything for me. And I can see that it's got a good growth, and it's cool, and a lot of people reach out to do certain things and everything, and it's awesome. But I mean, yeah, at some point, I just for myself and just for my and also like camera setups, lighting setups. I'm lucky enough that I can leave like the lights that I have now up, because that was always a big thing with the lighting even. But like I'd really like to get like put some track lights in, do more mounts like that. This mount over the silver tone. It's just there's just I guess just when you think about the perfect space, but you think about some things like that. And but I think that at the end of the day, I need to be grateful for what I do have, which is an awesome community of peeps checking out my stuff and learning from the things I'm doing and me learning from the things you're doing, and an awesome community of people. So here's to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Big 2K. That's crazy, man. That's nuts. Like, you just got to be thankful and grateful for what you can do. I'm really grateful that I have the ability and the time and the equipment that I do have, and that I can do what I want to do and use this as a passion project. It's fucking sick. Instead of worrying about what I don't have in some kind of space. Like I do have a cool space that I can use for free, and it's right here. So I should probably just be thankful for that. Cool. So what are you guys been chatting about? If there's anything I missed, again, like feel free to ask it now, because I've been just rambling. Oh, Jeremy, he said cost is a big factor. If you could rent it to other people and have other rooms, yeah, that's funny because the place I looked at today, there was definitely an ability to sublet some of it, the space, but I don't know how that would work. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is set everything up that I want to set up, because like the thing that was good about this whole experiment and looking for a space is it's made me realize why I want it, and a lot of that reason is just space. And maybe I should just pull out all my stuff from the closet, from the crib, and just see like and just set it all up and just be like, okay. The thing is, I want to hang like a green screen here. I think I gotta get one, like the roll of paper. Maybe I can just hang it and then just bring it all the way down to the floor, and you can roll it up like those maps. I don't know if any of you guys, or maybe some of you guys are in high school. All through school, I remember they always had those maps that you pulled down like a projector screen. I think I'm gonna just get that. That'll work. Just fucking. I'll just mount it up there, like, and get like a and then I can roll it up. It'll be out of the way. It won't be that bad. So I think that's a good idea. So maybe I'll just do that, because that's something I really want to get, because I think it would be fun, and I think it would be cool to shoot some stuff against. I don't know if any of you guys have ever shot like green screen footage, but it's very useful for certain types of filming and photos. And also I want to try to do some music videos like that. I think that'd be really funny. So I'm gonna get that going, I think. But yeah, so maybe I should just pull everything out and just see what's up. Because this thing is really cool. This desk I have got from Bill. I could probably put like some other 4 tracks and stuff. But it's just like what Matt was saying. He's like, he has a room set up, everything plugged in. That's really what I have going on. But I just don't have everything. Like I want to have my bass. I want to have all my synths and things and set up. But that's the thing with the live stream. We always move this thing around, and I don't know. Maybe I should leave it like this. That's an idea. Interesting. Yeah, maybe if I just leave this against here, and then it'll be like a swivel thing. I could maybe put something here. Interesting. All right. Interesting. See, this is why you gotta experiment, and you gotta try different things and think about things differently, right? If I just move this out a little bit like this, and then I maybe move one of these over or something, get the green screen like right here, then that solves the green screen thing. And then this is always set up for Jay when he comes to live stream and when I'm doing shit. And then I can get another small table here, put the 4 tracks on it. Maybe I can move my guitar to like over there or something. Just maximize the space that I do have. I still can't do the drums in here, but I'm getting along, and I can do some stuff with Jay and Hatbro. So yeah, maybe this will work. Thanks, guys. This has been really helpful. Yo, David, what's up? I see you talking about edibles. Cool. He's working with Limited Space, Fatboy Slim. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, that looks cool. Let me link that up. Get that going. Yeah, and that's the thing. Matt sent me the Nakamichi. Like I used to have that set up, but it was like, not in the way, but I just had too many things that I needed to plug in, and so it's like I gotta get. That's the thing. It's like That's something I've always been good at, is using what I have to do what I want. So as you probably know from watching the channel, so maybe I should really explore that a little bit. Maybe I should. That's what I should do. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, everybody, for giving me some ideas about this. The space thing is kind of a pipe dream, I guess. And like somebody was saying, it's like an artist thing. Just being an artist. It's like I see these people that have these spaces and these practice spaces, and I'm like, how do these people like afford that? I guess some of them have like live-in spaces and things like that. But like some people have like really sick like workshops and shit. I'm just like, how do they do it? How do they do it? Thanks, Matt. I think that the link, yeah, it seemed like it loaded up. It says Fatboy Slim on hit single Rockefeller Skank. I'm gonna check that out when we're wrapping up after this. But yeah, guys, thanks for that, Freddie. Thanks for asking about that. I don't know if Freddie's still chilling. You still out there, Freddie? A pull-out shelf, more shelves all over. Yeah. What's Memphis rap? I'm not sure what Memphis rap is. I made a hip hop track last year on the 4-track for the Fall Song Challenge. Actually, I'll see if I can link that. Making that cheddar. What is Memphis rap? TLK. Like, what are the components of it? Yeah, that's a good point too. They are living 4 people to a house. They sell their own bodies for money. At 146. All right, thank you, Jeremy. You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yo, Kato. Whoa, what's going on? Good to see you. I don't know if you have ever been to a live stream. It's good to see you. Just doing a little live stream today. If you're just joining us, I tried to do it earlier this week. Used to do these Saturday streams. Maybe we'll start doing some more of them. I think I'm going to start doing more streaming. I feel like streaming is kind of the... Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you guys too. So basically, I've been just doing the stream in celebration of the 2K subs mark. It's really cool. I had some extra time today, and I wanted to do it so I caught some of you guys in the EU and the UK, because the live stream Jay and I do on the regs on Wednesdays at 7 is a little bit later, so we don't see some of you guys from across the world, across the pond. So that was a big reason that I'm glad to see you coming through. Awesome. Well, thanks you for coming, Kato. We definitely will be gentle. Don't worry. Feel free to chat it up with the chat. We got a lot of heavy hitters, a lot of OG Task Fam here today, which is really cool. I was thinking about trying to promote the stream, but it seems like it worked out fine. I don't want to be Debbie Downer, Mike. I really dig the Mike and Jay ebb and flow, and that room plays a large role. I'm thinking a different approach to the same space. Yeah. I think you're right, man. I don't think you're being a Debbie Downer. Well, how are you being a Debbie Downer, Jeremy? Memphis rap. I gotta look up Memphis rap. I was just looking up. I just watched this video this morning on Boom Bap rap. It was by. I just subscribed to that channel. I can't think of the name. It was cool though, and it kind of went through from the '80s till now, like the different styles and how it's evolved, and it's kind of just more of like heavy drum and snare and vocals, and I think that's really cool. Kind of more like the first example I used was like Run DMC. They had a Tribe Called Quest. Very cool stuff. Like I feel like that's something that's important for as an artist or like a musician or anybody who's doing stuff, is like just constantly getting into new stuff. Because like when I did the hip hop song last year, that really reinvigorated me, like recording. And this year with the metal stuff is really fun too. It's like kind of gives you a new way of approaching your art, and just think, because I never thought to make a metal song. I never thought that. I mean, I made like hip hop and like rap tracks as a joke, back, many years ago. Oh shit, David, thank you so much. Go buy yourself a smoothie. All right. Thanks, man. I'll definitely get some lunch after this. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, Daydream. That's right, Bobby. Yeah, that's a great channel. I'm gonna reach out and see if maybe he'd be willing to do some kind of collaboration. I don't know what we could do, but I want to start collaborating with more YouTubers. Thanks, David. That's fucking sick, man. I'll definitely grab something to eat. My realist approach is sometimes viewed. No way, man. I think that's realistic too. I've been, I've kind of been entertaining the idea of getting a spot, but as I've been like looking at different stuff, it's kind of been it's been a little down, But it's just maybe it's just not ready. Like I think you're right. Like a different approach to the same space, and I'm gonna watch that Fatboy Slim thing, and I'm gonna pull out all the stops. I'm gonna pull out all my 4 tracks, everything that I want to have set up, and just set it up and just see what it looks like. I'm thinking now, rather than this keyboard stand right here that I usually shift it against the wall, I think I'm gonna leave it as is, and then set a bunch of stuff up on it. Mega desk. Yeah, if you've ever seen The Office, I'm gonna set up a mega desk and move this out and just like I don't know. I'm gonna just like slowly take up as much space as I can in this little space, and then like get everything I need to get going in here, and just fucking rock it out and just make it work. Because that's pretty much the cost, man. 500 a month. Yeah, it's that's about the prices I've been looking at. Like, and that's a lot, man. That's like I don't even know if I can do that. Some of the places have smaller rooms, but like the one I was looking at today, it was just like by the time I paid for the rent and then the utilities, it was like, dude, there's no fucking way. Like, I could make it happen, right? But there's no way I would want to, because I would just probably be working a lot more. And then like Jay was saying too, he's like, dude, if you get a space and it's far and you don't go there and you have to have this lease on it, then you're going to resent the fact that you have the lease, and you're going to resent doing everything. And you know, it's like this. It's like this stream. Like if I had a space, I would still probably do the stream from here because it's just easier just to set it up, unless there was like fiber optic or some kind of fast ass internet there or something I was, paying for. You know, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to. I don't know. I would still do a lot of shit here too, like writing and different. So it's like maybe maybe I'm just getting crazy. I'm just getting crazy. Like I think it's important though, because I feel like I wouldn't have been thinking about all this stuff. A, had I not consulted with the task fam, and B, had I not been thinking about doing it. It's interesting. It's like shit. Well, now that we are like showing like just the Fatboy Slim guys, everybody's saying like, oh yeah, like if you just have everything set up and just think about it a little bit differently. The big thing I would want to be able to do too is more drum videos and more just playing more drums. And like that, the prospect of that is like not amazing. There is some other options. Maybe I'll still keep my ear to the ground if anything makes sense. But I think what I want to do is just get my own space. Like if that's a small house or in the future, because that's the other thing too. 500 a month, then you're looking at 6K a year for a space. 6K a year, man. Like after a couple of years, that's like a down payment on on like a house or something. So it's kind of nuts. Like when you start realizing how much money it would cost to do that. So it's a lot. So maybe I should just focus on that. Just put aside, start saving up to do that, and then just get a little house or something, and go from there. All right. So what do we got going on? Yeah, Daydream Sound is awesome. That's an awesome channel. Definitely check that out. Like I said, I watched the video today about Boom Bap. I think it's relatively recent. It's a cool video, and it's very simple video. It's just like text, and it kind of gives you a little example on the MPC, but then it also just links all these songs, and it's cool because, like I said, I don't have like I could do a video like that for like indie rock, but I don't really know too much about history of like other genres, like so even like something like metal. So it's interesting. I don't know. I think it'd be cool to do a collab with Daydream Sound. If anybody knows him or watches the channel, drop him a line, mention it to him. Maybe we'll be down for doing something. That would be cool. I don't know what we would do, but it sounds cool. Oh, my friend has a side biz and he also uses that space for music stuff, but he has to do the side biz. Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's what I would be looking at too, is just more working a lot more. And I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather have more. I'd rather be time rich than monetarily rich, if that makes sense. Because I think there's two really big ways to be rich in today's world or in the world in general, and that's either you can be monetarily rich or you could be time rich and have a lot of time to do things like this. And because the I look at the other live stream as almost like a band practice once a week, and that's I think that is like a really good way of looking at it. Because I don't really practice regularly with a band anymore, but for years, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do too, getting together with people and that's how I look at it. It's fun. It's really cool. So, but yeah, I think that's important. It's like to support yourself, to support a space like that. And it's a lot. It's going to be a lot more work, and then it's going to be a lot less time I can spend in that space. And I don't know. I feel like less is always more. Like just taking that out of the equation of my life. Because that would be another thing that would be in the equation of what I have to do and support and be responsible for. Just taking that out and just saying, well, let me just work with what I got. Uh, that seems a lot smarter, or I could like go kill myself trying to make more money and then have less time to use my space. It's kind of like the car thing, and like jobs and like needing a car or buying a car. Like I knew a guy who worked at like Panera Bread a long time ago, and he had to get a new car, and like he was living with his parents. He was a younger guy, and like I said, this was probably like 10 years ago. But if so he had the car to go to the job. I mean, I think this is a lyric from a song too, but he used to go to Panera and work there, and then he was paying off like his Prius or something that he got, and I think he was even like a used one. But it was like all his money was going toward paying for a car, to go to a job, to pay for a car, to go to a job. So and like I feel like those kind of cycles. Like when I used to live in the city, that was kind of the cycle I was in too. It was like I didn't have the greatest job, and it was just like I'm just paying to live here. I have a job that pays to live here. You know what I mean? So it's like just taking that out of the equation. I don't know. It's like I think at that point I would rather not work at Panera and not have a car and take some online courses or something to better myself and think long term rather than, oh yeah, I have this awesome car, but I spend all my time working at a place that I need to pay off the car. Like I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Like I feel like a lot of things in life are like that, especially when you make a certain amount of money, or So it's like sometimes just taking shit like that out of the equation. It's like I don't know. Makes more sense. Oh, you run marathons. What up? That's a Moog Minotaur. Yeah, thanks, No Wave. I was explaining that before. We were talking about. Good to see you, marathons. We were talking about just synthesis and microKORG XL and my the evolution of my synth collecting and things like that. And not collecting, but just yeah, that's a really cool synth. It's a monophonic, really really low end, heavy, but I like it because I'm getting into synthesis, and like I always say, like too many knobs on like pedals and things like that. It just confuses me. So like this is really helpful to learning the synth, and I'm working my way up and getting it more into synthesis. That's a great little synth. Um, yeah, now I do have a house. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think a house would be a better. I think long term, like investing in a property, would be a much better idea. Yo, Bobby, I would like to see some Digitakt videos too. Any specific videos? I have some more drum packs coming out for the Digitakt. Now that the task vamps are out and into the world and done, um, I have a lot more time to focus on other things. So I was just going through. I have like 10 videos of like drum packs and like there's a Capro sample pack. flaming drums. Flaming drums. That's actually a good idea. Maybe a good thing. The lens hopper pack, which is like the blown out like flaming drums sound. I'm working on some tracks with that right now. I'm working on that video. And there's another one. Oh, the SPX 90 drum samples, which has, just drums that are reverberated. So I got a couple Digitakt drum packs coming soon. I want to do more videos on that. I want to do more of like a long cuckoo style tutorial on the Digitakt. I've been learning a lot. I kind of had it. It's kind of been on the side, but I pulled it out recently, and I've been working on some tracks with that. So I want to do more. I've been wanting to play live with Digitakt. Go to like an open mic and just fuck around with it. It's just a timing thing. I've been just spending a lot more time. I focus a lot on YouTube, to be honest, and videos and writing songs. Then it's funny because I was just talking about this with the guy that I met with this morning about like the two main ways of like meeting people and building out your brand or business or whatever is like online and in person. And I'm really bad at like and like extrapolating this into the music scene or like pursuing music. It's this is the channel has like been the best thing I've ever done to help spread my message and spread my music and get people into the things I'm doing and find like-minded people like all you guys hanging out. But I'm really not good at local kind of thing and networking locally. And that's where Jay is really awesome. But maybe he's not as doesn't have his finger on the pulse of like the online stuff as well. But he's really good locally with meeting people in his business and like Operation Audio and his recording and amp stuff and building and repairing. So I guess that's my point is like, I think I need to shift a little bit more into the real world, maybe like start going out. Cause there's a lot of musicians in this area, maybe I'll start trying to interview more on the podcast. If you guys have any ideas for me, like getting myself out more locally, I would appreciate those. I'm just very much a homebody, social anxiety, a little bit of a hermit going on. I think that just happens as you get older too, man. It's like different priorities. And I just feel like I have a better time. I have a lot more fun working on. I'd rather work on a video on like a Friday night than go and play somewhere, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I should just embrace that. Maybe I just need to go deeper into that rabbit hole. I don't know. Okay, cool. Sorry, I've been ignoring some of you guys. Kato said, Mike, I got a Sansui. Oh yeah, I think you were telling me about that. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Yo, thanks for bumping that, Jeremy. I appreciate you grabbing that. Okay, cool. We get that Memphis Sound rap tape too. I'm gonna check that out. Let me. I'm just gonna open these links in new tabs and then play them probably later. Just so oh crap. And then the Memphis, yeah, YouTube. Okay, cool. Yeah, so is that primarily the genre that you make, TK? / cool. Is like Memphis is like hip hop stuff? I don't see why you couldn't do that on the 4-track. Like, I mean the 4-track stuff it's going to be a little more limited than the DAW stuff, but it'll get definitely a different sound. And I think, especially for hip hop, that's kind of why I brought up Daydream Sound and the boom bap like hip hop stuff I was looking at, because it's very simple. Like I said, it's mainly a beat and just and rhyming and rapping and like diss tracks. Like that's kind of the boom bap style from what I understand with the Daydream Sound video that I watched. And I think that style of music is perfect for that genre, is perfect for a 4-track, much like stuff I'm doing that's acoustic now and vocals and like a simple drum machine beat, like kind of the same track count. So I don't see why if Memphis rap is like more of a simpler style or has like a little bit of melodic stuff, but mostly just beats and rhyming, I would say that it would be perfect for that. And it would be, you'd have to do more straight kind of tracks, I mean, you wouldn't be able to punch in and do too much. I mean, you could punch in a lot, but I think it's a lot easier to just go. As one of the strengths of the 4 track is just doing a full takes of stuff. So we'll check out that track Kato, and we'll check out that tape too. Oh, I think I missed some stuff here. Okay, so yeah, Bobby, did you say which kind of Digitakt videos you want to see? I'm gonna do some more tutorials. I want to do some more stuff with the guitar. Bo, was telling me I should do some more guitar videos. Oh man, just Fall Song Challenge has been taking up some time, and then yeah, podcast. There's like only so many hours, only so many hours to do stuff. So it's kind of funny. It's about prioritizing and figuring that out. All right, Freddie. Yeah, I'm probably going to be closing up here in a minute. But I love the stream and thanks for answering my questions. Yeah, Freddie, of course. Have a great day and remember to do something you want to do today. Freddie nailed it. Good to see you, Freddie. I'm glad you came through. Later, Freddie. Then you end up with 1,000,000 tabs. Yeah, I have a bunch of tabs. I have 3 tabs now I got to go through. I got the Memphis tape. I got Kato's track, and I have the Fatboy Slim video. This is awesome. Mike, do you have an upstairs or downstairs? I have an upstairs apartment, Matt. Third floor. Okay, Charles. Good to see you too. Later. Thanks for the chat. That's awesome. Yeah, Charles. And I hope you feel better, my friend. That's awesome, Andrew. Thanks for coming back through. Andrew, did you get the task fam? I don't know if I saw that. Is there a crit section on the forum for songs? What do you the crit? Is that critical? Is that I'm not sure because I know that terminology from video games or like dice rolling. There is a section on the forum for 4-track and just like lo-fi stuff. I think it's under. I don't know. The forum is something as a project I don't know what to do with at this point. I feel like it's good. It has a lot of information on it. I don't want to like get rid of it. Like I always keep hosting it because it's just right off my websites, which is not a problem. But I was thinking of trying to do a. So maybe you guys. So let me ask the people that are here still chilling. Have you ever heard of Discourse? Or there's also another one, Discord. So Discourse is a newer style message board type thing, and I was looking into migrating the current forum to that, but it seems kind of tough. So I was also almost thinking of just starting a second forum, but I feel like that would get confusing. And I wouldn't want to. There's so much good information on the current forum, even though it's a very dated forum. I don't know. There's something. I feel like there's something there. I feel like I was thinking of making a new URL, like a new forum, and maybe the old forum can just kind of like stay there and just still be a searchable thing people can find. And then Discord, I think I'm getting it right, is a server-based chat room. That I have one for 424 recording. I don't think it's like technically launched, but it's integrated with Patreon. But it's more of like it's kind of like the chat now. It's just kind of like a thing you can always sign into. My big thing with that is I don't know how many people have Discord, and it's just another thing for people to have. But it seems cool. It seems like very interesting to use because it's more of a real time like live chat. You could go to the 424 Discord chat room and just hang out with whoever's in there, and I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you heard of this stuff? Does it sound cool? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna make some breakfast too. Although it's 1:19, I didn't eat anything today because I had that meeting with that guy this morning. Yeah, that's something I mentioned, David. The reel to reel. I was just saying that before. I want to set that up too. That's why I've been like looking for space, looking for more room. I think once the reel to reel comes, or once we get that set up, or whatever happens with that, once we either get a different one, you said you may have that other one, or if we can fix the Fostex, which is coming up, I think what I'm going to do is shift over the operations of the channel to reel recording and kind of not phase out the 4-track stuff, but I would probably use the space that I have for 4-track stuff for the reel to reel while shifting into reel to reel content. Because that's something I really want to do, like ASAP. So, or maybe the reel to reel I might be able to set up in my living room and maybe have a corner, like a reel to reel setup. Because that's something that's possible too, is doing stuff in my living room. There's like a corner I can use, and I think it would look cool too. Reel to reels look very cool. Like aesthetically, it's like, oh, that's pleasant to look at. So maybe that would work. But yeah, I think I would kind of shift into, once I can get a working reel to reel, I would shift probably a lot of the videos and time I have dedicated to doing 4-track videos, like the 4-track EQ one I just did. Those would probably become reel to reel videos. So that would probably be, for the time being, how that would fit. I would love to have it all set up. I would love to. I have my 414, which is Jay's that he's letting me borrow, I guess have / indefinite loan. That thing's fucked up. I gotta fix that. I have my 424 original. That thing's fucked up too. Something's happening with the tape transport. I would love to have that set up. I'd love to do more videos with that. I got my 424 that works all right, but channel 4 is fucked again. Been thinking about opening that up and resoldering, changing the channel, like resoldering it to a different, taking 6 and moving that to 4, and either taking 4 completely out, or I don't know, just swapping the channels so I can get the one that works into the one I use more. And then Matt's 424 too is pretty much the only 4-track I have that actually is working completely now. So maybe I should just have that one out, which, Matt, thanks again. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think? That's probably what I would try to be doing. Does anyone have any experience with Boss BR800? Allows you to record loops on a multi-track recorder box, but every track I've heard doesn't sound too good. BR8, I feel like I've heard of that. Oh yeah, okay. So it's like a digital 4-track, digital recorder. I would say check out the Zoom stuff. We were talking about that earlier. I think you were here for that, Jeremy. I don't know. I feel like I feel like I've never heard anything about Boss multi-trackers. So I mean, that's just me, but honestly, like I look at a lot of music stuff. I've looked at a lot of music stuff. I'm sure all you guys look at a lot of music stuff, and the big ones I've heard about digital multi-tracks are the Tascam ones, but more so the Zoom stuff. And the Zoom stuff I've only ever heard good stuff about, so I would try to find something like that. Yeah, I don't know if it's interesting. Oh, a critique section. We could add one. Yeah, that sounds cool. Honest feedback. Yeah, we could do something like that. Yeah, for sure. I could add something like that. You could be the moderator if you want. Personally, I like the old style forum because the new ones like Reddit are hard to read. Yeah, is it because it's like too small, or just it's just hard to read in general? I just got the FAMP, but I'm not in the country. Oh, that's right, dude. That's right. Oh, that's awesome. You're in Dort. That's so funny that you're in the UK. Um, because that's what I was saying. I did this one earlier so we could catch some of you guys in the UK, and you're there now, so that's funny. Well, I'm glad to hear that it arrived safely. And I'm excited to hear what you do with it. Um, oh, Matt. Okay, Matt is on point with that. Thanks, Matt. Um, what about the? Does anybody use any of the app multi-track recorders? I know there's like, at one point I was looking into iPad recording, and I know that there's some apps that are like, digital. a digital multi-track recorder for that. Um, Reel to reel sounds great, but is a bitch. Yeah, I mean that's I really want to get into that stuff and get into doing that and learning more about that because I think that would be an interesting journey on the channel to show that. Yo, that's sick, Andrew. Stuff messes up with reel to reel more than cassettes. I don't know. Is that true? David says nah. A good reel to reel works all the time. I've had A2 for the past 8 months and use it regularly, no hiccups. Yeah, I think if you maintain them and like if you have somebody that knows how to work on them or you know how to work on it, I think you can get a lot of mileage out of them. But the most problems I've ever seen with reel to reels and some of the bigger like Atari machines that people have is just that they're sitting in disrepair somewhere for a long time. It's kind of like an old car, like your car stops working, but it's like this vintage car, so you put it in your garage and then like you forget to take the oil out or you don't drain the gas or you don't do all the stuff you need to do or the battery gets all fucked up and corroded or so like I feel like in that sense it's just a lot of the reel to reels that I've seen. I don't have any experience really, but I've seen a lot of people that have them and studios that had them, and it just kind of seems like they're not using them regularly, and then there's not somebody who maintains them regularly. They fall to the wayside, and then it's like they find it like 10, 20 years later, and they're like, oh yeah, we had this tape machine, but we never did anything with it, and it just fucking like it's basically just an old car sitting in a forest somewhere, like a Jay's. He's got a couple cars. That's what made me think of that analogy, but I don't know. Like, I feel like the four tracks are prone to fucking up too. But like my 424 has been great. It's just that channel four is something wrong with it. I think I'm just at a point with it where it's like I think it would also make for a good experiment, a good video, and I feel confident in my soldering skills at this point to try to switch it around. And also I have mats that he sent, so like worst case scenario, if I fuck this one up beyond repair, I can just use that one. So, um, oh, that's cool. Yeah, they used to have a tasking app when iPad was 30 pin, but they killed it. Yeah, that's true, David. That's true. DAWs are multi-track. Yeah, I always wanted to get a 388. I think I missed my calling on that. There was a time when I was looking into one and it was a good one, it was a good deal, and I just like was like, I don't have space for that. I'd love to have it, but I'd really like to get one of those too. I mean, they're basically like I think quarter-inch tape machines, so I think it's really cool because it seems like it's just like a big four track. It's all one unit. But those two I feel like are getting harder to repair, and I don't know. But yeah, those are fucking dope. Interesting. Oh yeah, you need to find a good one. Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to. So like I've done a couple projects soldering stuff in the past, and then I just recently actually there was some boards left over from the task vamp run. We ordered a couple extras in case anything like it's good to have a couple extras in case something happened, and I soldered together some of the extra ones so for fun. I don't know if they work, but I have like a good iron now. For a while I didn't have a good iron. It was like just like when you plug in. Now I have one that's like has like a base and like a regulator. It's just really cool. Jay recommended one to me and it's fucking dope. And Jay hooked me up with some supplies and stuff. So I've been fucking around with some stuff and practicing, and I always soldered my own wires and shit. Like I don't know. I feel like I just feel a lot more confident now because I kind of I think what it came down to for me with soldering was I just didn't have the right tools. I think you really need to get a decent iron, and like for $25 you can get like a Japanese or Chinese branded one that's like very similar to the high end ones, and that's the one I got. It's like Yihua, I think it's called Yihua, and it's like a temperature regulated one, and just having the right tools. I think I just never had the right tools, and now that I do and have a very good temperature control, and I understand more about it. Like I feel confident that I could open this thing up and fuck around with it. Um, Even though because I feel like it would be like obviously it's complicated inside, but um, I feel like I'd be able to look at the track and figure out the channel and like, okay, I can swap this out with a different one. If that, I feel like that's how it is. It's like they're individual, so it might be able to unscrew six, unsolder it, and then resolder it into the force position. I don't know if it would work. It seems like it's the same exact setup. So I'll have to see. Um, Press Alt and F4 at the same time. I'm good, Ocelot. I don't know what that does. I'm assuming that like closes out the stream or something. What does Alt and F4 do? Oh, it closes the current window. So if you had press Alt 4 while playing a game, the game window would have closed. It turns out that there are several handy strokes like that built into Windows. Yo, Ocelot, that's cool. That's really cool, but I think, yeah, I'm not gonna do that though. And we're actually gonna, well, I don't know. We'll give you another chance. If you want to contribute to the conversation and chill, please do. But if any of the mods want to do the honors on that one, feel free. I missed my 4-track. It was easier to plug and play. Yeah, I feel that way too. That's why it's been working out. Alan, what's up? BandLab makes a portable analog recorder. Thanks, Andrew. BandLab makes a portable analog recorder, has an app as well too. That sounds cool. Somehow sounds better than regular 15 IPS. Yeah, that's what I've heard about the 388. That's funny. I gotta use Heiko for 40. That's awesome. That's an iron, right? Yeah, dude. I'm totally visual too, Matt. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's important. It's kind of like what I was saying with the synthesizer stuff before. If you guys were here, like, I think that's what's cool about the 4-track and having like done 4-tracking for a while is like I kind of understand the mechanical aspect of it and understand how it works and like the mixer side and the recording side. And I think that's why the reel-to-reel game, like getting into like a 1/4-inch one now, would be very like having this background in this, it would probably be pretty easy if I had one that worked. Because I understand, it's definitely intimidating. And it definitely is a lot of work and a lot of, Jay's always like, you gotta get your checkbook out if we're gonna repair that. And it's like, yeah, because it's gonna be, it's gonna be a lot of his time and stuff, and probably a lot of parts. So that's the thing that's intimidating about it, I think. But there's a lot of good resources, and I'm hoping 424 Recording becomes one of those for reel-to-reels this year. I would say by 2019 into 2019. That's kind of the big thing. I definitely have that in the back of my mind as something on the channel. So I don't know. Oh yeah, soldering iron. Yeah, the Heiko Jay said was pretty good. Let me look at eBay really quick because that's where I got mine, and I really like it a lot. What is this? Oh, that thing. Oh man. Okay. Let me link you guys to the iron I got. Solder. Oh yeah, solder sucker too. Really fucking useful. Like I said, I think for me it was just not having the right tools for a long time. And just not understanding like how it worked, like I had an iron that you just plugged in and it was like one temperature all the time, and like while I could do certain things with it, it was very frustrating to use. And like this, oh yeah, this is $25. Let's see if we can link you guys to this. Contact, visit. Oh, okay, yeah, here we go. Let me get a link. Can I get a link here? I don't know why this isn't working. So this is the one I got. Let me just type it in and see if I can get a. So this one, I guess Jay was saying, is like a is like a there's like a company that makes the irons. We can ask them this week about it, but I think it's like a rebranded one, and it uses like the same tips as a lot of the. Okay, it's an unbranded one, and I think it uses a lot of the same tips as. I'll just use this link. This is going to be a long link. I think it'll cut it off anyway, but. Um, Yeah, so this is like the one I got. I guess it's why I soldering. So like that thing's sick. It was $25. Um, oh shit. I think I just my chat. Okay. So that's the one I got. It's really cool. And then the just look up like the solder sucker pump thing. This thing is fucking cool. Like I didn't realize how like it works really well. And there's a bunch of variable prices on it. Here. I think this is maybe one of the ones I got. But this thing is really useful if you're going to be taking anything apart or you have solder that you got to remove. There's also a lot of great pictures on eBay. I mean, not on eBay. There's a lot of great videos on YouTube about soldering too. So if that's something you want to get into, but yeah, I feel pretty confident in my ability. I've been actually modding a couple of small pedals too, just for fun. I got that Rocktech distortion I've been fucking around with, which is cool because it's like a $5 pedal. I think I may actually mod this thing too. There's a lot of mods, for the metal zone. So I don't know, this thing too I got for like $25 or something. So I actually kind of like the metal zone now. It's funny after I did that video and been working with it on the fall song challenge. Like I kind of like it. It's really funny. It's really funny how it came around. I think you just got to really practice dialing it in. Do you want a Boss CS3? I have one that is screwed up. Yeah, I could try to mess with it. What happened to it? Oh, okay. So let me go back because I saw Bobby was talking about the Digitakt. Love my reel-to-reel, but need to buy more tape. Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's just you got to get a lot of stuff for it. I found a passive fuzz circuit for onboard guitar effects. Check out Splicit. Oh, good call, David. I heard the Digitakt is difficult to use. As somebody who is confused by some electronic stuff and definitely, I'm talking about myself. Like, at first I was intimidated by the Digitakt, but I think it's one of those things. Like, I'll definitely do some more vids on it. I think it's one of those things that it's simple to use, but hard to master, right? And I really do think like this the Digitakt stuff is, or not the Digitakt, but the Electron stuff is. I actually left a comment on one of their posts. I was like gushing fanboy about it. I was like, I think this shit is kind of, I don't know, for me, like the future of doing stuff. Like to have like a drum machine sampler. It says it's a drum computer and sampler, but this is really cool, especially if you want to get out of the box and do stuff without your DAW. But like, this is more of an instrument than anything else. I think you could show up to a venue, which is what I'm hoping to do at some point. Maybe I'll do some performances on the channel too. But between this and the Minotaur, because this kind of controls that, like. There's not as much to this as it seems, and like I said, it's one of those things where it's very easy. It's like chess. It's like very easy to understand how to play chess, but it's very hard to master because there's a lot going on. So it's like kind of tip of the iceberg. Like it's really not as hard as it is, and there's a lot of like Cuckoo. I don't know if you've ever seen Cuckoo's stuff. He's like a synth YouTuber, drum machine type of guy, and he has some really good tutorials on these. And Bo has some, and I think you could figure it out. If I could figure this thing out, you definitely could, and that's why I want to do more videos on it, because I feel like what I want to do is go through the entire manual. And what's cool is they're constantly updating it. And it's really, like I said, it's really not that complicated. I think what David said, I think he said it has its own workflow to it, is true. I think some of the other ones, like the Analog 4 and the Octatrack, those seem super complicated. And I feel like I personally wouldn't get it as much out of them because of how complicated they seem to me. But, I really wanted a drum machine and like a sampler. And I don't know. I think this stuff is really fucking cool. And I personally, I mean, I just sound like a fanboy, but I think the Electron stuff is, to me, it's kind of like Apple in a way to music stuff. Like it just works, and it's really cool, and you can do a lot of cool hands-on stuff. And I guess I mean also it's like the build quality and everything, like not like new Apple. I guess like OG Apple, like Steve Jobs days. Like I feel like they're doing really cool shit with the Electron stuff, and I want to go deeper into it. I just haven't had a lot of time, but I think you could. I think there's a lot of videos and a lot of helpful tutorials, and I could do some too, and show you some of the stuff I've been working on. Yo, Alan, that's fucking sick. I'm so glad that got there. Alan said his task map arrived. I'm assuming most of them will get to everybody soon, so that's awesome. I can't wait to hear what you make with it. And thank you so much for backing the project and making it possible. That's the big thing with the TaskFam Kickstarter. It wouldn't have happened without everybody who backed it and contacted me through PayPal and things like that. It wouldn't have happened without you guys, like literally. And had Jay and I tried to do that locally, it wouldn't have happened. Like it really, it all comes down to the TaskFam and you guys, interest in it. And so I want to thank everybody for backing that, and anybody who got a TaskFam or shared it or watched the videos or donated some money. I got to send out the other rewards, and we have to do the live stream thanking everybody too. Maybe we'll do that this week. But yeah, all the FAMs are out. I got to send the music out to people because there's a level where a bunch of people get some albums we did. So yeah, again, that was like a project, a testament to the YouTube thing, and like how I was saying, like in a way, YouTube changed my life too. It's just a very positive experience, and it's really cool to be able to have a community of people who appreciate the stuff that you're doing, and then want to do the same things that you're doing, and when they see something cool and want to see that in the world, they help you and help you bring that into the world. So thank you everybody so much for any aspect of, if you had heard about the TaskFam, watched videos on it, got one, donated to it, thank you so much. And I don't know what we're going to be doing with that in the future. We've talked a little bit about it. If there's more interest in it, we may do a small run. I have like those boards I was saying. I'm like fucking around with some of the boards. But we don't have any boxes left. I don't know. It's because like we're torn. Jay's torn. Jay doesn't really want to do them anymore, like Matt was saying. I was like, the TaskFams are done, Jay. And he said, like, good fucking riddance. Like, Jay really, he doesn't want to build them. So, I don't know. I guess if there's enough interest, we may do other types of preamps or pedals or EQs or something. But for now, that's going to be a definitely limited run for the peeps that backed it. So, congrats if you got one, and if you want one, I guess let me know and I'll add you to the wait list. Maybe if it makes sense to ever do another run, we will. So thank you so much. I'm glad it got there, Alan. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, Metal Zone is cool. A bunch of dudes covering Dark Side of the Moon. I have not seen that. I will open that link too. Add it to my tab farm here. All right. I got a lot to look at. Yeah, so that soldering stuff should help you out if you're looking to get into it. It's really just about having the right tools, and the right tools aren't that expensive. So I don't know. I bought it and screwed up. Probably just a pot. All right, yeah, I could check it out. I could see what's up with it. It was like a used one? Yo, Track Light, what up? Try a SP 1200. Is that like the Roland? Oh no, Emu Systems. Whoa, that thing looks cool. Sampling drum machine. That's dope. Wow, those are expensive, Track Light. Holy cow. 4K 3500. Wow. You know, I'm kicking myself. I don't know if any of you guys saw the Reverb Moby shop. But he has like all these drum machines on there, and some of them they were like going for a good deal. Like I wanted to get the he had like a DRM 15. It's like the Electro Harmonics drum machine in pedal format. I really like the sounds. I found that on the well. Here's the thing, right? We can get into this a little bit, but it has all these vintage drum machines. Moby was collecting them, you know, in the 90s or earlier, and on eBay and stuff. And he sold a bunch of them for charity on Reverb, and they're still selling them, I think. But if there's any available, but he has a lot of rare ones, a lot of cool ones, and some of the prices were good. I wish I hadn't slept on that. I would have definitely. There was a DRM 15 for $200. Somebody really got a good deal on that, and that's cool. I found those sounds on the DM1 drum app, and it's just samples of all, and they sound great, you know. But I thought it'd be cool to have if I had the money, I would love to get a LM1 drum machine, Lynn drum machine that Prince used. I've been listening to a lot of Prince lately, and I always like the Lynn drum stuff was some of my favorite samples that I started messing around with. But it would be cool to have like the actual unit. But again, that's also just it's a you know. Anyway, that reminds me of that. But if you guys are looking for drum machines, check out that Moby thing. But I think a lot of them are gone now. But I'm really happy with the Electron, the Digitakt track. But yeah, if I ever see one of those locally, I'll see if I can check it out. 100% Electron fanboy, yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Matt. That's awesome. Thanks, Alan. Yeah. I'd like to see a picture of the task manager instead of just email it when you get it. Yeah. I think I have one. I saved one for myself. I have it in the other room if you guys want me to get it and light it up. Light it up. All right, yo, let me grab it. I don't know. You guys, I'll grab it. Yeah. We'll plug it in. Cause I have it. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab that task amp I have. I'm back. Got the task map. I'm just gonna plug it in. Show you guys real quick. Oh, this wire is like very short. Bear with me. Wait, that's the other one. Yeah, so this is like the last one that's like we have, or I have now, I guess. I'm gonna keep it for myself. I kind of like to have one because I have the prototype, and then this one is actually sounds different than the prototype, which is interesting. Some of the components are, you know, better. So I think this even sounds better than the prototype and like the videos. It's kind of funny. But yeah, so I have my own. I have one left, and you know, maybe at some point I will. I don't know if I may sell it, but we got to get the. We just got to plug this in. Oh wait, this isn't on. That's why. Where is this? Oh yeah, there we go. This thing's fucked up. Yeah, there's let me see. There's the task vamp that everybody's been getting. It's got that Jay. Yeah, Jay. Originally we were gonna have a red light, and then he found these blue ones, and he was like, "Yeah, I think that'll look cool." So he wound up putting that one in there. But yeah, they came out fucking dope. Like overall, it was a really fun project. This one is like a blem one, so some of the stuff is blemished, but just from the process. But it still looks pretty sick. I mean, the blems are they work fine. They're just got a little scuff on them, but probably nothing more than you'll get from using them after like a week. So, but yeah, these things they really came out sick. I'm really happy to have this now. I'm gonna do a lot of shit with this. And like I said, like I kind of wanted one too, just for posterity, and also like because like I said, the prototype sounds different. It's interesting. Maybe I'll do a comparison video. That would be fun. Because like the prototype, a real quick history on these. Actually, I could just put it here. Leave it up. Is that in the shot? I don't know. So the prototype, not really in the shot. Anyway, so the prototype was one I'd asked Jay. So that's how this came about. I asked him to build me one of those. Basically, the preamps in a box. I wanted to get some coloration, like the 4-track, onto some of my songs. And also, my big thing is I wanted a vocal distorter. So I had Jay put the XLR into here. And so then you can also use this on mics. It's not really a pedal. It's a preamp. I guess it's in pedal format, but this thing, it's more of a preamp. It's more of a studio tool. Like all the videos, you can pass any kind of audio you want through this thing and give it a little edge or do what you want to do with it. But so that was kind of the idea behind it, and he built me the prototype just out of parts he had. Because, Jay has his shop and he has a bunch of stuff, maybe I can put it over here and you can see it. Jay has his parts and his shop, and he's got a lot of excess stuff sitting around. So he just used like what he had. So the prototype is kind of like a Frankenstein of like a bunch of parts. So it's, the components that we ordered are better, and like it's got some really nice stuff in there. And it's better quality than even the prototype. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the prototypes, I mean, they have a different sound, the prototype versus the Tascam. So I hope you guys enjoy them. And like I said, maybe do some more in the future. If there's a wait list, if people want them. And like I said, I may have a couple here and there if those boards I made work, and we'll talk about that at some point. I may do just a couple boxes, like just get some, cheap, not cheap, but more of no frills kind of look to the ones that I have, because we don't have any more of the mammoth boxes, and so yeah, I don't know, maybe some more. We'll see what happens. Oh, this channel gives me hope for internet communities. Thanks, Andrew. It's all you guys, man. It's all a task, fam. This is what I was saying. This is the whole idea with the 2K celebration. It's just changed my life. This changed my life. YouTube changed my life. It's really it's like a funny thing to say, but like I said, I've never had this sort of positive response to any of the art I've ever done and the things I've done and created, and it really just comes down to the people, right? It comes down to everybody who's into this and into lo-fi and into 4-tracking, and it's really fucking cool. And I'm glad that everybody's finding a community to explore their interests and learn something and teach other people, and a free flow of information and ideas. I think that's really cool. So thanks for being a part of the community, the Task Fam. Appreciate all of you guys. What else is going on in the chat? I kind of got lost over there with that thing and rambling again. Oh, sorry. Yeah, give a quick demo. Yeah, I could fuck with that. Is that yours to keep? Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that one. All right, let me get my amp warmed up. Let's see. I gotta get a couple cables. I think that should pick up fine. Yeah, we'll get this thing lighted up. Yeah, sorry, I missed what you guys are saying. Um, the task map are 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, we're gonna get a taste. Using my 424s with Pro Tools, that's sweet. You have them like you have the 424 like time stamped. That's awesome. How's that been working out, Track? That sounds cool. All right, let's. I gotta get some cables. I'm using these for my Digitakt. That should work. Let's see, I got the blue one. I want to do a video. I mean, I guess it's more for me, but I want to do one that's would be the TaskVamp the TaskVamp prototype versus the one y'all got. I think that would be cool. And then we just need a cable going out. So you guys will have to let me know if this is like too loud, not loud enough. Whoa. That's what happens with that thing sometimes. It kind of gets crushed. I don't know where my picks are. Got my little bag of picks here. It's kind of funny. All right, yeah, we can crank this thing. It's in the middle of the day. Let's make sure. So just let me know about the volume. I don't want to like distort it, but we gotta get a little volume with this thing. How's the volume on that? Yeah, it's pretty fucking fat, man. See, it like really responds to your playing too. So if you play softer, you won't hear as much as that. Pump up the bass a little bit. Let's go full on fuzz. What do you guys think? Thank you. Thank you. Got some riffs you want me to play? C, G, E minor, D? Yeah, let's do that. Oh, was that what I was doing before, right? It's funny, I seem to always play that riff when I'm like trying out equipment. I don't know why. Just kind of like, I'm sure you guys have riffs like that, right? When you try something out, it's like kind of your go-to. For some reason, that's because I think it gives a good understanding for me of like what it sounds like at different types of chords. Because I play mostly chords, so like C and G are kind of the same area, but one is a A string bar chord, and one is a E string bar chord, and then the open E really helps to hear what chords sound like open, because a lot of pedals, this one's pretty good, is like a lot of them it's hard to make out the individual strings, and so then like that helps a lot. So you have this A string bar chord, E string bar chord, and then an open chord which helps hear what it sounds like, and then the D is like a little bit more higher up. So I don't know, I feel like it's a good riff for me because like I play mostly chords, so that's how I roll. Let's see if we can get some vocal distortion out of this thing, because that's a really big one for me. Let's see. David, I saw you dropped a tip in there. Thanks, man. God bless. Thanks, buddy. Cool. Yeah, let me see. Let's. Oh, you guys have lyrics too? Yo, that sounds cool. I'm not dead. Oh wait. So let's see. Wait. That's not C, G, E minor. It's tuned down a half step, Matt. And I don't think I'm playing E minor. I think I'm just playing E. Yeah, it's C, G, E, D, but it's technically all that stuff down a half step because my guitar is tuned to a half step down. So like if we put the capo on here, which I don't know where my capo is at the moment. But so like E is, if you capoed this here, that would be E. So like I guess I don't know, you'd have to, if you want to play that, you'd have to tune your guitar down, I think, to get the open D sharp. Oh yeah, vocals. Let's do some distorted vocals. I've never tried that through this amp with this pedal. Let's see. Turn it down. I think, boom, we have this right here. Get this out of here. I don't know. I haven't tried this through this setup, so we'll see how it goes. We'll turn it down because we don't want to like feedback. This came out. This fucking, I gotta get a new AC adapter. This one is not good. Like, doesn't work half the time. Yo 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 yo. Yeah, this AC adapter is fucked. Do I have another one? And like the barrel like is like doesn't work right. Wait, maybe I'll have to grab my other one. That sucks. I was hoping that AC adapter would work. I don't know why it's not. Why? We're trying to demo this thing. Thanks for your patience. Yeah, I don't know what happened to this thing. Well, I know what happened to it. This fucking AC adapter. Oh god damn. There it is. You know, it's like I gotta fix that or just get a different one. Holding up the show here. We're holding up the show. So again, let me know if the volume is too crazy. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo. Oh, wait, I gotta take this out. Hold on. Yo, 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 yo. Hey, yeah, we're getting some feedback here. Let me see what's up with this. Yo, 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 yo. Check it out. Hey, yo, it's Mike. What up? What up, Tax fam? What up, Task fam? Alright, this thing's feeding back a little bit, but let me see if I can get out of the way of it. Yo, 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 what up? You can kind of hear that it sounds pretty good in the room. I don't know how it sounds on there, but it's also coming through this little speaker, but I'm sure if this is if I crank the volume, it's gonna feed back above that. Yo, 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 Mikey P. Yo, Mike in the house. What up? Yo, this is Mike from 424 Recording. How you doing? Yeah, I think this would work really good. Obviously, for you want to do some distorted vocals. That was another reason I wanted to get this pedal preamp. And yeah, so I mean, I wanna live where it's fall forever. Like you can hear that distortion on that. I think it sounds. I'm like giggling like a fool because it sounds awesome. This is exactly what I wanted it for. Because I think that's something that like a lot of pedals don't do. Is and you could get this even more cranked. It's just the setup I have right now. Coming out of this, it's feeding back, but you know, if you're going straight into the computer, it'd be a different situation. But let me get it even more crunch. Yo, 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 hey. So you can really get some hair on there, and I'm sure if you varied your distance too, you could get different variances of the distortion, which is really cool. That's pretty good right there. Megaphone, what up? So yeah, this is really cool. If you're doing any kind of like rock vocals, I don't know. I feel like a lot of stuff today you listen to, and it has a lot of coloration on the vocals. And I notice with a lot of bands that I like that have voices, singers' voices in the range my voices, like the Strokes, the Killers. I'm not like a huge Killers fan, but I like the vocal treatment on that stuff. I like the vocals because it's lower. Who else? There's tons of bands. The OCs, although that guy has more of a higher voice. A lot of garage bands. I know like I can't think of the name. The West Coast garage rockers. Pretty much any garage rock stuff is a lot of distortion on the vocals. I don't know, and that's something I think not a lot of preamps and things, and like there's a couple out there, and you can obviously do this like with your distortion pedals, but to have a pedal preamp that you can just plug right into and get a really good distorted sound was really cool. And it reminds me a lot of the PV I have, which is cool because I kind of don't need that now because I have this. So anyway, I hope that gives you a good yo, gotta get warmed up, man. But yeah, you could do some cool shit with this. But yeah, bass. I mean, if you've seen any of the videos for it, like bass and stuff, the Digitakt through it, oh my god, you know. Let me see if I can hook that up. Yo, 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 yo. Mikey P, what up? How can I hook that up? I don't know if I could. Oh wait, yeah, I can do that. Is this enjoyable? Rage Against the Machine, yeah, hell yeah. Half Step Down is better. It sounds to me it was warmer. Yeah, it just sounds different too. Half Step Down. It's like a lot of people play in E, and it just gives it like a little bit different of a. Like if somebody hears that, I feel like it sounds. I've heard people say it sounds like fresher. If that makes any sense, because like it's a different key than most people play in, so it's got a different sound to it. Kind of maybe, psychologically, I don't know. But also just for my voice too, it's like easier for me to sing in that range, and a lot of people. But that's what I realized too. That's something I gotta do a video on is like capo third, fifth fret. Those are like my jams. So I don't know. I like the distorted vocal game. I think a little bit goes a long way. And this is really good at doing that. Let's try this. I've never tried this before. I'm going to run the Digitakt into the Champ. We'll see what happens. Well, we'll run it Digitakt into TaskVamp into the Champ. Got to be careful because that thing not happy. All right, I'm going to turn this down. Turn this on. Oh wait, is this the wrong? Oh wait, I unplugged it. Hold on. Yeah, so we're going to run the Digitakt through this because so that was something I looked into. Electron makes one of the things Electron made first is a yeah. Send me the vocals, Jeremy, for that. Sorry that I missed that. Capo at 3.75 fret. That's awesome. Man, that should totally be a thing. Chat collab Saturdays. That's good. That sounds awesome. Let's do it. I tried. It's hard to keep up with the Saturday stream just because there's a lot of stuff going on. But I would love to do more things like during the day like this, especially on the weekend. So if that's something you guys are interested in, let's do it. This is something I was working on with the Digitakt. Yeah, so the only issue is that the track I'm working with is already pretty distorted. This is the Lens Hopper kit. Let's see what that sounds like through the Champ. Yeah, so that's way too loud. I should probably put this through my I don't know. We'll take a chill from that. Okay, yeah. So this is a lens hopper kit. You probably can't hear it that good through here. I'm gonna do a video on this with Snake pretty soon. Doing the introducing the lens hopper kit. Basically, I did a video with my camera microphone, but accidentally one time, and it distorted the fuck out of that lens hopper SM Shure mic. And this is like a kit that I made from those samples. It's like very Flaming Lips, like distorted, like boomy kind of shit. It's like, I don't know, very distorted, so it doesn't sound great through the amp. Let me put it through my shit. Hope you guys are still hanging through. I know this is kind of like not as compelling, maybe. Maybe it is. I don't know. All right, let me shut this off. Move this up here. This should work. Oh yeah, this is way better. All right. So now that we don't have the distorted mess here. Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I could like literally fuck around with the drum machine for hours. It's so cool. This is like the sample. So like that's what's cool about Digitakt is you can record basically like sample guitars. So like what I do with this now is just record guitars right into it, and then you can have like, you know, press a button and literally play a guitar part. Which works really well for me because like a lot of the guitar parts I play are pretty repetitive. So this is the track I had. Although I think everything's muted at the moment. Yeah, so I've gotten really lazy with this. Oh shit, that's awesome. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. I know you planned it. I'ma set it straight. This Watergate. Can't stand rocking when I'm in here, 'cause your crystal ball ain't so crystal clear. Oh man. But yeah, so that's the lens, little sneak peek for you guys, the lens hopper kit. That's a little sloppy of a performance, but that's something that's really cool about the Digitakt that I've been meaning to do some videos on, is sampling your guitar into it, and then you don't have to play guitar anymore. You can just press a button. And there you go. So like, because a lot of the shit I do is like that, phrases, riffs, and it's really easy. So now I can like, play this and like come up with some lyrics to it or sing to it or whatever. I don't know where I'm going to. I don't know where I've been. Just like fucking improvise over it without having to like. I guess you could do this in a DAW too, but I like doing it on here because I don't have to look at my computer, obviously. Oh, but the whole point of doing this was to put it through the task vamp. So sorry, I'm getting like sidetracked here. It's all in the gain knob. That's like clean. The toms came out like really fucking trashy. Yeah, so let me check back in with you guys because I've been fucking doing that for a minute. So yeah, that Digitakt, that was one thing too. So the Digitakt, they came out with a new analog heat, which is like a 8-stage distortion box, and it's like 600 or $800. And I kind of want to get it, but it's basically just like analog distortion. It's basically like 8 distortion pedals in a box or something, but with something like the task vamp and like I was fucking around with a lot of different pedals I had, and some of them work really well, like my reverb or my delay pedal. So I don't know, it's just another example of like I really want that analog heat thing, but I don't know, it doesn't make physical sense. So but there you go. The task vamp is also really good for drum machines, which is another thing. It's just anything you put into it if you want to get it that distorted, like slimy, I don't know how you call it, sound from this. Like it gets fucking gnarly. Yeah, it gets big, man. Yo, Matt, so you said yours just came there? That's sick. Is that a mic boom above his guitar? Oh yeah. That's like so this is for like hooking the camera too. It is technically a mic. Yeah, you can put a mic there. But so like what I do with this is I explained this in the studio tour. I don't know if you were here. Man, we've been going hard for a while. Went at that was like 3 hours ago or something. But so basically this is like, I use this for like overhead shots for the camera. So like I can use something well, I don't have any camera mounts at the moment, but basically the way these hook up is like a 1/4 inch to, I don't know, 1/8 inch adapter or something. So you can put the mic on this for like an overhead shot. Because once I have this table over there, I can do like shit like that. So, but yeah, actually, as a mic, you can use this as a mic stand. So that's a good call. I could do some other stuff with it. But yeah, that's another thing I wanted to do with the space was deck it out with more camera mounts, so that I could like just say like, okay, this is for like overhead shots, and that's a big reason why I changed my desk. Because I took off the black finish. There was like black paint on this guy, but it was hard to see shit because it's black. Digitakt's black. Like stuff just doesn't look good on it. It's weird. Like if you watch like Knobs, that channel, it's like all the pedals and shit. Like it looks really cool because it's like a wood desk, and it's lighter. It works better for filming stuff. So yeah, sorry I zoned out there playing that thing. Yes, industrial. Hell yeah. Thanks, Bobby. Thanks for coming through, man. Oh, that's crazy. You saw Robert Fripp? Sorry, I'm like going back. That's amazing. Starstruck. Brown Note. That kid. I gotta get that. I'm gonna get that out pretty soon. I gotta get Snake over here to help me do it. So it's kind of a. I kind of got to twist that guy's arm to get him to come over, but he's pretty busy doing his DJ sets. So I'll see if Snake can come by. Yeah, Scott, what's up? Yeah, that definitely sounds like a gun going off at one point. That would be crazy because of those. Scott, I haven't flipped my monitors around yet. I kind of ran into an issue with the way I have them set up. I appreciate you recommending the speaker flip thing. I just haven't had a chance to do it. I do want to try it though. Yeah, the Digitakt's cool, chopping and rearranging, and I guess you can work with the DAW. It's what you're comfortable with, but that's what I love doing with it now is using it to sample the guitar into it, and then just looping it. You can change the timing of it. You can add some distortion. It's very cool because at one point I was thinking of trying to do a set that was the Be Cool Cowboy stuff, but with no guitar. So it would just be like the songs loaded onto the Digitakt in a weird way, and then manipulating that and singing with it. But I don't know. It never really came to fruition. I just thought it was cool to be able to like sample the guitar. That's really where the Digitakt shines, is like making your own kits, making your own samples. It's awesome, and it's a really good MIDI controller. Like I didn't even have the Moog hooked up, but like as like a bass for like the low end, I use the Moog, and the Digitakt is like a good controller too. Because if you notice with this, obviously. It's just like the brain or whatever they say, it's not, there's no keyboard with this. It's BYOK, BYO MIDI keyboard. So like, that's what's also cool about the Digitakt. It seems like a big Digitakt sales pitch, but it's not. But that's what's cool is you can control stuff, like use MIDI to control something like this. So it's very cool. Snake! Yeah, we got to get him out here. Uh-oh. Did the stream freeze again? Looks like it may have. I hope it... I don't know. You guys still out there? I don't know if it's working. All right. Any last questions, guys? Thank you so much. Yeah, I see that it froze. Let me see what's up. it's still like, yeah, the audio is okay, but I see myself just frozen there. Can you guys still hear me? You can still hear it? All right. I don't know why it froze. Oh, wow, we've been going for 195 minutes, so that's like 3 hours, right? All right, fam. If you can still hear me, I got to go have some breakfast too. We'll catch you guys on the flip flop. Check out the video coming out on Tuesday. It's a viewers' comments. Let me know what you think about that one. I think I'm going to do some more of those because a lot of people ask a lot of really good questions and comments and emails, and it's fun to respond, and I try to respond to all of them. So, oh, we're back. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to make some eggs. I'm going to have another cup of coffee. It's now like 2:30. Wow, that's crazy. I was only planning on doing it for an hour, and we got carried away, which is how we roll. So, yeah, maybe we'll do something like this more often. I really just wanted to do like a thank you slash like stream about talking about the 2K mark and what that means, and you know how that's fucking sick. And thank you so much to the community, Task Fam, anybody who's ever watched the video, liked it, subscribed, come to the live streams. Appreciate everybody sticking around, and appreciate everybody hanging out. And it's really awesome to have a place to explore the interests that you enjoy and not many other people do sometimes. And it's cool to have everybody from all over the world coming through and bringing their spin on all this stuff, and it's really cool. So, all right, with that, I want to say thank you so much for your continued support of the channel. Thanks everybody who threw in some what are they called, the super chat. Thank you everybody who super chatted. David, I'm gonna go get that smoothie. Thanks for throwing the tip. Dennis, before he was asking me to do the studio tour, he threw me a couple Netherlands dollars. Thank you so much. Yeah, so very cool. We'll see you guys. Yeah, super chats. I forgot that name. Yeah, we'll see you guys. I'm gonna start trying to do more. I think on Monday too. I scheduled out some time to talk with Greg. I was mentioning earlier. He's like an actor dude. And he's just has a lot of really cool stuff creatively, and he's looking to do something on a regular basis. So maybe that'll become a chat we do or something. I don't know. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming through today. Yeah, and if there's anything you have questions about, hit me up, 424recording@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for putting up with all the noise I made today. Thank you, everybody who supported the Task Famps, and yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I'll see you guys in a couple of days. So we'll be doing something. Thanks, David. I appreciate you too. I appreciate all you guys and everybody, all the peeps coming through and supporting what's going on, and just in any way you can is fucking amazing. And it means a lot to me, you know, as somebody who I don't know. I never felt like I had an outlet for this stuff, and that's why I always say YouTube changed my life. It's like I always can do something on here now and reach people that, you know, are interested in what I'm doing and have good things to say about it. And, you know, and I don't know, it's really fucking cool. Like, I don't know. It's cool to be appreciated in that way, because I feel like I have a lot of knowledge that I don't share with a lot of people. And, or some people I know just don't get it, you know, it's just, they're just not into it, you know? So it's cool to have that outlet. And, thank you so much for all the chats, all the comments, all the live streams. Yeah, everything's fucking cool. Yeah, I was looking at the thing really quick. October 28th is when I created the channel. So that's coming up in a couple days. I don't know. That's cool. I didn't realize. I think it's been 2 years since I created it. I don't think I uploaded. I didn't really start uploading until like May. So, but it's been a good year and a half, couple of years of doing this. It's fucking awesome. Flew by. And a lot more to come. So, thanks, guys. Smash that like button. Yeah, I'm going to keep it up, David. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I'm not great at getting this stuff out there. I think I could be more proactive about finding like Facebook communities and stuff like that. It's just I'm just like super busy now. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like creating it, and I feel like we got a good thing going on with the Task Fam, and the community, you know, so it's awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna keep doing some vids. I got some cool vids coming out. Fall Song Challenge gonna be coming through soon with that, and then after that, I've been stacking up a lot of videos, writing a lot of videos and shit. So make sure you do something you want to do today, fam. Thanks for everybody stuck around and check out this live stream. This is crazy 3 hours. I think it's the longest stream I ever did. So I don't know. Yeah, if you can find, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, my friends. I mean, you nerds. Yeah, if there's any way that anything you can Andrew, you know, find it. It's hard to find an outlet. You know, if there's any way that you can do that through the channel, like please do, and the forum and stuff. That's really what it's here for. I want to connect like-minded people doing cool creative shit. So that's really the idea. You know, be the connector and find, because a lot of you guys seems like work on stuff together and know each other, and that's fucking sweet. Like outside of the channel, you know, that's fucking awesome. You know, connecting people. I think that's what the internet's all about. You know, it's one of the best aspects of it, and you know, something to take advantage of. All right, well, we'll catch you guys later. It's gone down to 13. Disliked it. If you smash like twice, it removes your like. Thanks, guys. Thank you, everybody. I think there is a platform. I really think some sort of webcam real time. Yeah, I think that would be cool too. I think there's sites that do that. I think part of the thing is like you need a pretty fast internet connection, I think, to do stuff like that. But because even like I wanted to stream interview streams, do streams with interviews like the one with Greg. But like I don't know if my computer can handle it. I don't know if my Wi-Fi shit out halfway through the middle of this. So it's like I don't know. I'm being negative though. I think it would be a cool platform. All right. Well, thanks for the likes, fam. Appreciate all you guys. 2K and beyond. We'll see what happens. We'll see where we're at. Maybe 3K. We'll do another one. And keep an eye out for these Saturday streams. Once in a while, I think I'm gonna pop back through and see what up. So thank you guys. I'm gonna go make some coffee, make some breakfast. You guys too, man. Have a great day. Do something you want to do today. Yeah. Thank you all so much. This has been fucking sick. And I'll see you guys this week. We'll see you guys this week, all right? Peace, guys. Later.